And it is September 1st, 2016. I'm going to continue from the previous segment. And this is where I was speaking about alchemy, but I was also playing recordings from when I was speaking to Linda on WhatsApp. And I know you're saying, why do I have to listen to what you're talking about to do with my issue of my dress? But like I said, even with what was happening through me to do with that dress for me to wear to that wedding, triggered me into accepting myself for who I am. And that had to do with the weight on my body. I had put on at least, I would say, I haven't looked at the scale in the longest time. It's like I don't even want to know. So in either case, what's interesting is that there was something that was led to me, because spirit is always on target when it comes to whatever I'm experiencing for me to understand. When you're at that place where you can even analyze yourself and I would say be your own therapist, I think you're really on a great road to mastery. And so this was something I saw on Instagram. And this young man, he posted a picture of 6 beautiful, voluptuous, and when I say voluptuous women, I mean they are seriously voluptuous. And when I say voluptuous, they are even bigger than I am. Yet still, they carried themselves well, and they were wearing bathing suits. And somebody put, I don't know where this pool party is at, but it's everywhere I want to be. So the young man wrote in his posting on Instagram is, I still find you attractive. For the women who aren't in magazines, for the ones with stretch marks or those amazing curves or blemishes, you are still worthy. Embrace yourself and wear your confidence. And the hashtag is self-love, queens, confidence, beauty. And, of course, there's no coincidence out there. The September issue of Science of the Mind, it has something in here to do with beauty. So I'm led to talk about beauty again before I get to the segments, because one of the things that I had to look at and face for myself, okay, because I'm talking freely about myself, is really loving my body no matter what size I become, because I've been as skinny as I could ever be so many times, and put on weight, taken off weight, put on weight, taken off weight, and it's more release. Because I remember Archangel Gabriel, he told me, he said, it's not losing, because when you lose something, then you're seeking to find it again. And I know some people say, you're not fat, Sharon, you're not that big, are you kidding me? But hey, I'm not saying that I'm fat, but I just have more weight on my body. And for whatever standards that doctors may have me say that it's obesity. But you know what? The thing about it is that it's really the other way around, that the curvy women are the ones that hold things in a different way. I would say when it comes to grounding things, even in Africa, they said women who are bigger are considered to be wealthier. Truly. Every time I think about that movie Fat Girls that Monique did, and I'm not saying go out there and put on a whole pack of weight that becomes unhealthy for you. I'm only saying love the skin you're in. If you don't like the skin that you're in, then you have all right to change it. All I'm saying is no one has a right to tell you whether you look good or not, no matter what size you are. And so this was about me not only being okay with the size that I was, but it was because I was feeling so frustrated, because in my mindset, I was like, there isn't enough clothes out there that's representing style and fashion for women who are plus size. And I think it's really terrible. And it's almost like I feel like as if the other thing that's on my list of to-do things besides the change with the light and gas and the water is also, of course, I'd spoken about the changes in the standard of beauty. And that change in standard of beauty means that we change what the stigma is, that only slimmer women are allowed to be in beauty pageants. It shouldn't matter what size you are, or that you're a certain age, whether you have long hair, twist hair, braids, what difference does it make? That is her style, her beauty. Or if she has no hair at all, or she wears a wig or weave, doesn't matter. That's her style. That's how she chooses. The feminine chooses what persona she wants to take on. That's one of the beautiful things I love about being a woman, is that I can put on any style I want, however, whenever. And that's the way it should be. Who says that a guy only wears pants? Why can't a guy wear a skirt? Who made up the laws? Who made up the rules? That only men wears pants, and if he wears a skirt, that means that he's gay or something. Or if a woman wears a pants, then she's a man, she's masculine. There was stigma on that too. So let it be. Let each person be who they are, to whatever or however they choose to be. And so this is what was interesting, is that the dress that I ordered, of course, it was too small. And at first I thought I could have worn the bigger size or gotten the bigger size, but I said, no, maybe it'll fit me, whatever was sent to me. And I took a huge risk. But you know what? It's okay, because it had to happen the way that it did, because what it did was it allowed me to accept myself from another scale, from another way. No, I didn't say that on purpose, say on another scale, but that just came out the way that it did. But it allowed me to accept myself even more than before. And how that was that when I was in the Lord and Taylor store, as you heard me talking, I was able to find a dress, and I was still feeling sad because I really wanted to match the earrings that I got to go with the dress. But I had to let it go. And there was that song playing by Michael Jackson. I wish I could remember the title of the song. But you see, I'm so keen to every single message that I receive from Spirit. The way how I know, because I know that sometimes people say, how do you know what you're hearing is in reference to when you really allow yourself to be still inside. Be still and know that I'm God. That is the part where God says, be still and know when I am present with you. Be still and know when I'm present with you in the time of need. Be still and know that I'm with you in the time of joy. Be still and know I'm with you in the time of sadness. Be still and know that I'm with you no matter what. I've never left you. I communicate with you in so many ways. I will have the song playing for you ahead of time, even if you reach to another section of a store or a supermarket or a deli or on the street, or a car passes by and you hear that song, you know it pertains to you. And these are the ways that we receive signs and messages and know that you're on the right path, okay? But this is about when you at least start out by opening the doors to this wisdom and opening the doors to these signs and messages. And the more you allow yourself to be open to receiving it, the more you will receive it. And this is not where you're having to sift through and say, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's it. Oh yeah, that's it. No, this is where you just know within an instant, because there's an essence that comes through where you know. It's just like when I was driving down the street and I saw the horse, and it was like a Twilight Zone moment. I didn't hear the song Twilight. It wasn't like the Nini Nini music. It was more like, it was like that type of essence. And when I felt that, I was like, something is significant about this. You see, I knew that and I felt it, and it sure was, because not too long after that, that is when I saw more horses. And then I saw the horse that was built up on the restaurant, the pizza restaurant in New Jersey. So anyway, when I heard the Michael Jackson song, the song was like, it was saying that I was being led the way, I was being led or something. And I knew that it had to do with the dress, because when I was about to leave, I heard Spirit say, go back and get that dress. It'll fit you. Even though it was a smaller size. Now that dress was, let me see, 12, 35, that dress was 4 sizes less than my size. And wouldn't you know that somehow there was a way for me to fit in that dress? You would have never dreamt. I mean, so when I thought about it, the dress was elasticized. So that made a difference. And the thing about it is that I took a chance on painting my nails with a color that I had no idea if I was going to find a dress with that size, because this was the fact that I had to paint my nails without having had the dress. I had the other dress that doesn't fit me, but now I had to take a chance and find a dress that would fit me, that would match my nail polish and match, the jewelry that I got. And sure enough, it did. I took a level of trust to the highest form that I could ever take it to. That's what I did. And you can do the same thing too. So I trusted the universe. I trusted God. I trusted everything within 2 days to find a dress. I even saw my girlfriend's son at the mall, and he's like, Auntie Sharon, what are you doing here? And I said, oh, I'm looking for a dress. He said, what kind of dress? I said, for a wedding. He's like, ooh, you looking for it now? I said, oh, honey, it's a long story. He said, if I had a wedding dress right now, I would help you, because he's working like in the sneaker store or something. And you know, as much as how I felt despondent, I just knew that the one thing that stood out for me is that I knew that I wasn't going to be settling for less than what I choose. I knew that I was going to feel comfortable with what I'm wearing. So what I was balancing out was not only getting what I was expecting, but also I was choosing how I wanted to feel and look within myself and feel confident. And even everyone who saw the dress, I said, oh my God, it's such a beautiful dress. You know, it looks so great on you. It's shimmery, it's nice, everything. It was simple, and yet still it was sexy, and I would say just how I am, you know, everything to who I am. And so what I realized when I looked at myself in the pictures, the videos, everything, I said, you know what? I really didn't look so bad after all. And then what happened for me in that moment, it was a aha moment now for me, not a oh my God moment, is that, you know what? I really accept myself truly, completely now for the size that I am. I have no idea what size I am because I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Why bother to know? All that mattered is that I felt beautiful and comfortable in my skin. I felt beautiful and comfortable with who I am. And no one did it for me. I had to do it for myself. And it gave me such an even greater confidence within myself. And so that I got to another place within me. So that was a gift. You know, getting the wrong dress was a gift to me and for me. And it was a gift for me to help me towards my own union. And you're just like, what does that getting a dress have to do with your union? Absolutely, 100% it does. Because you see, we don't know what inhibitions and blocks we might have within ourselves. A block is a block is a block. And the block is there, and that block it's an energy. It's something that lies within you that you don't even realize that's there, either on the surface or it goes deep. Isn't that another saying? Beauty is skin deep. Well, beauty is also soul deep. Okay? It sure is. It goes so deep within the soul. And anybody can look at anyone and say, oh, how could you think that way? You're so gorgeous. You'll be surprised at how many wonderful, gorgeous people out there really have such a way of thinking of themselves less than that. You know, and if only you knew. If only you knew. And so what I've said to myself is, you know, I said this to Lori when I was speaking to her. I said, you know, I have gone up another notch of confidence and acceptance of myself. I said, you know, I was already naked in front of my twin, and I almost thought I was going to die because it was so sudden, and I was like, oh my God. And what your twin flame does for you is that it allows you to see yourself and be comfortable in your skin, and also being naked before God, being naked to your soul. So we're stripping ourselves down to being naked to our soul, and also naked within our bodies, because the body has been looked at and thought of as ugly or nasty, or cover yourself up, or you know, shameful, you know, and your body is a beautiful creation from God. Now, I'm not saying, you know, for some people, they choose to run around naked, and so what? It's their body. So I know for some people say, oh, you're saying it's okay to run around naked? Oh, well, I mean, it depends. I mean, if you're in a place where people are not comfortable and happy with it, then don't do it, you know, because we all are here to harmonize things here, how we can get along and honor each other, for our similarities and differences. So even if the person chooses to put on a little bit of clothes or not, it's their choice. Who made up these standards? This is what has been clouded in the concept of where did it start from, and you get clouded based on judgments, and these judgments are based on belief systems, and then the belief system comes from a book, and then the book comes from somebody who decides to rewrite it, and they rewrote it because they wanted to create controversy and control. And you ask yourself, where do you draw the line when it comes to keeping and having your own power to decide how you want to be, who you want to be, where you want to be, who you choose to love, what you want to wear, how you want to carry yourself, how you don't want to carry yourself. Who's to say if you don't carry yourself well that it's not good? Who gave you or appointed you judge and jury over what is, this and that? You see? Because we're all an expression of something. If you don't like what you see, turn your face away and move along. You love what you see, then stay around. You see what I'm saying? This is where we're heading back to that garden, to that paradise also. Not taking away someone else's free will, or at least trying to. This is how we come back to our own sovereignty. And that means that each person feels comfortable with themselves no matter how they decide to look. On the other side, when you leave out of your body, everyone takes on the facade of how they want to look, and nobody criticizes them. If they want to have long hair, short hair, blonde hair, black hair, blue and black, purple, pink, fuchsia, if you want to take it another shade down. If they want to be short again, tall again, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. If they want to speak one language or another or multiple languages, it doesn't matter. If they want to be this and that, it doesn't matter. Everyone stays within their own joy and loving each other unconditionally. But you see, with us getting back to that space of loving each other unconditionally, it starts from within ourselves first. And that means we love ourselves for our flaws, our blemishes, the good and the bad. Even the bad may not even be so bad after all, because it's just a label. Human beings tend to continue on with labels and then get caught up in the labels, and then the labels turns into sentences, and then the sentences come from words, and then the words and the sentences turn into paragraphs, then the paragraphs turn into a book, and then the book turns into chaos. That's what it leads to. That's what words lead to. Chaos. Because there's so much judging and criticizing and mix up as one would say, that paves the way, starts the wheels in motion. You see, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But either case, back to where I was going, where I am with this, is that when you allow yourself to become naked to your own soul and naked before your beloved, who is your reflection, your mirror, and know that that aspect of you surrendering is how we surrender to God. When God said, who told you that you were naked? In other words, God was saying, who told you that being naked was bad? Who told you that not having anything on is such a sin? It's when we cover ourselves up, that's when the sin comes in. And sinning, remember, is missing the mark. When you cover yourself up, you go into fear, you go into hiding. You cover everything up, you hoard it, you hide it. Then what happens? It starts to manifest into something. It either manifests into an illness, secrets, lies, destruction. You see? But when we're out in the open, then what happens? Then you start to feel free. It's just like when I gave examples before, when it's the winter time, you have to put on the coat, the hat, the gloves, the scarf, then you have to put on the leg warmer, then you have to put on the sock, then you have to put on gloves, all kind of thing, all ear muff, everything. And if you feel, by the time you finish, you're like, I don't feel like going nowhere. Oh my God, I brace yourself to go out in the cold, Oh, you feel so heavy, you can't even move around. Then when you put on the seatbelt, you feel like you're suffocating or you're stifling. But when summer comes and you don't have to deal with the coat and the hat and dealing with carrying stuff and all that stuff, you feel lighter, don't you? When you go and take your bath, do you go take your bath with clothes on? Do you? Or do you have to take your clothes off? Do you feel lighter? When you're in the bed and you just have on your nightgown or nothing at all, don't you feel lighter? Well, it's the same thing. As you release all this baggage and clothing and all this stuff you're covering up, you feel so much better. when you take it off, take your clothes off. Every time I remember that Calypso song, take your clothes off, take it 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 off. And so, when we take off the mask and the clothing and all these things, you start to feel lighter within yourself, you don't feel so choked up, and you feel free. You feel free like a bird. That is what this is. Freedom from every single aspect of yourself. And that's what counts more than anything else in the world. You see? And so because I realized how much I have accepted myself, I feel freer, because I understand it even more now, what it means to feel free in acceptance. That's what I'm talking about. Being in acceptance of myself completely and more, and continuous surrendering. Because remember, I've always spoken about that there's so much levels of surrendering. So much levels of surrendering. So I'm just gonna dedicate this song to all of those who are ready to take it off. 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 take your clothes off. It's just, I just love the way how spirit just aligns everything and moves everything together. Because I didn't get to finish recording everything because I went into 3 hours of recording on the previous segment. That's why I labeled it part one, because it's leading up from one thing to the next. And then, spirit led me to remember the pictures from the Instagram photo, what I just discussed with you, and to talk about going into further what happened to me to do with the dress and how I was feeling. Because what I like about the fact that everything that I've recorded is in the moment to how I'm feeling. So it's not like I'm saying, oh, this is how I felt now. No, you're hearing it in the moment. And what happened is today, September 1st, one of the topics in the Science of the Mind magazine, because the magazine didn't come for me in time, but I'm able to still look it up online. And I turned the pages, and here's the page, 7 Ways to True Beauty. So I'm going to read it now. I never know how spirit leads me from one thing to the next, because what I plan to do first, I'm on this topic here, and I started reading some of it. I'm like, wow, this is so perfect to what I'm talking about. So I want you to understand now how things are always synchronizing in the right way and the right time. When you allow yourself to move in through every moment, there lies your own beauty. Yes. Okay, so this is what it's titled, 7 Ways to True Beauty, Swati Singh. People often say that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I say the most liberating thing about beauty is realizing that you are the beholder. This is by Salma Hayek. Hi, Salma. In an era where beauty is defined by capitalists and filtered by the commercialization of makeup products, retouching software, and Facebook likes, Salma Hayek's quote is not only powerful and insightful, but it makes me wonder if we're victims of a larger conspiracy. Are we ignoring the true beauty that is within us? When you are constantly conscious of the way you look, quotes like outer beauty is just skin deep aren't very useful. I can empathize because in my country I have been bullied for being skinny. Haha. It might be in my no, haha is not it. I'm saying aha. It might be in my genes or my stars, but in a land where voluptuous assets are supposed to be the norm, and look at that. And in this country, it's the MAGA one, them that's the norm. Isn't that amazing? You say MAGA, what's MAGA? My dear, it means slim. This is how we say it in Patois. We say MAGA like a dog. Anyway. I have been bullied for being skinny. It might be in my genes or my stars, but in a land where voluptuous assets are supposed to be the norm, I was constantly reminded growing up of how I did not look good. This bullying continued subtly even as an adult at my workplace. I grew accustomed to it. The fat is flattering campaign used to make me cringe inside my shell. Curvy bodies were justifying themselves, and and look at how the grass is so greener, because there's some who are voluptuous and they're ridiculed and made fun of because they're fat or have on more weight on their bodies. So you see how it's so important to love the skin you're in, that it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you, and that we are to honor ourselves for all of our different sizes, shapes, colors. Okay. And it goes on further to say the hatred towards skinny people made me feel bad about myself. I stopped looking in mirrors and began binging on my midnight cravings, but even this did not help me gain extra pounds. Want it, can't get it, no want it. Isn't that amazing? A few years later, when a European photographer asked me to model for his project, I was stunned. According to his country, he said I belonged to the perfect statistics. That day made me realize that it is the perception of beauty that is incorrect. One country has fairness as criterion, another country goes for the artificial tan. The key thing to remember is the concept of beauty is an illusion. One might like roses more, but that doesn't make the lily any less beautiful. Nothing is less or more beautiful. Each one of us is a unique creation. It took me a while to understand how working on inner beauty can enhance our outer beauty. Although I politely declined the photographer's offer, I thanked him for helping me realize a crucial life lesson. The illusion of perfection. Let's dig deeper to understand why we run after the illusion of perfection. What is perfection? Is it something provided by Chanel, Armani, Prada, L'Oreal, MAC, or the perfect vital statistics? Maybe the answer is yes, because wearing one of these brands gives you confidence. When you wear something you love and walk into a party, you get an impression that people are appreciating you, and therefore you feel good. But what about a time when you went to a gathering and did not feel good about yourself? The vital thing to remember is, whether you are feeling good or bad, you and not those around you are creating that consciousness. The energy field you're weaving around through your thoughts is what is reflecting back. From a young age, we are told to be a good boy or a good girl so we will be appreciated and accepted by others. The desire to be accepted and appreciated keeps growing in many different ways. It becomes an obligation to show how happy we are, how good looking we are, how nicely we can dress up. Now, there's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself. Our soul has taken the armor of this body, and the body needs to be hale and hearty. Grooming yourself for the purpose of maintaining hygiene and cleanliness is essential. Exercising and eating healthy is also important for keeping both mind and body fit. The only thing that's not required is being anxious and fretting over your looks, shape, and size. As long as you're healthy, everything else is just a varied form of your silhouette. Spiritual grooming. We spend hours every week on beauty regimens and selecting our wardrobe. Let us spend an equal amount of time on grooming our spirit and soul. Have you seen the monks and nuns living in monasteries and ashrams? Their skin is glowing and radiant. You can never guess their ages. This is because of the lifestyle they follow and the care they take to keep their souls sustained. How can we incorporate that into our busy lives? In the way we go to gym for our health or visit a salon for our outer appearance, let us create a similar regimen for our soul. Number 1, warm up. Bring out your pens and sticky notes and write down what you would like to hear. I will give you a few examples. I am beautiful, inside and out. It is going to be a beautiful day. I am a strong person, and I love my life. Before going to bed, turn out the lights, select one of the sticky notes without reading it, and paste it on your bathroom mirror, then go to sleep. Start your morning with a message from you to you. Continually refresh the statements. It is like making a fortune cookie for you by you, and it works. Number 2, lift your spirits. Your inner glow comes from the positive thoughts you carry. Surely you have noticed acne breakouts or wrinkles or dull skin if you've gone through a rough patch in your life. Of course, it is difficult to have positive thoughts all the time, but you can try your best, and worries are always unnecessary. They are like praying for what you don't want to happen. You have faced challenges before in your life and come out successful. You can overcome any current problem too. Have faith in your abilities. Miracles happen when we believe they will happen. Number 3, enjoy essential ingredients. Eat healthy organic foods as much as possible. If you can, grow a vegetable garden. If this is not possible, make every effort to avoid chemicals and junk in your food. Check with your doctor and see if it makes sense for you to eat more at the beginning of the day and less at night. Be kind for the sake of kindness. Let us not be kind because we want to add brownie points in the balance sheet of karma. That is not how it works. Practice kindness without desiring anything in return. When our soul feels nourished because it was able to help in all its capacity, the happiness transpires throughout our veins. Skin and body will also thank us for that. Stretch your love muscles. We all encounter bad experiences in our lives. Most of us respond by creating walls around our heart. This closes our hearts not just to what we perceive as the ugliness around us, but to the beauty as well. Open your heart to the emotion of love. Love nature, love animals, and love yourself. Do what you love. Create something of your own. Scribble, doodle, paint, write, dance. It can be as simple as collecting pine cones. I collect feathers. Number 6, learn something new. Be in the constant process of learning. It can be anything from guitar, gardening, yoga, or surfing. Each activity gives an opportunity to learn more about life and know ourselves in a deeper sense. Challenge your own limits and surpass them. Number 7, relax. In midst of all of this, find time to relax. You need not take a break and go off to a peaceful island. You can simply go for a mindful walk. Peace is within you. You just need to embrace it. Sit in silence every morning for at least 7 minutes. No excuses. When your soul is nourished, your body too will bloom. Be beautiful internally, and may the splendor of your beauty radiate from your aura always. And this was written by Swati Singh. She's hailing from India. Singh is a nature lover, life admirer, and soul searcher who's working on her first book. On a voyage to discover new realms of life. She's either penning down her thoughts or searching nothingness. And that was from Swati Singh. So, what a beautiful thing to experience right now in the moment, to what Spirit wants us to understand about ourselves when it comes to inner beauty and outer beauty, combining it together. And, every time I think about what happened through me over the weekend based on just the dress, I went through a purging in a way and a clearing up of something that I had been really wrestling with for such a long time, was to do with the weight on my body. And letting go of any disappointments I may have had or felt or thought or experienced, So I took it to a whole new level, a complete surrender to myself, a complete surrender to my body, what I eat, what I love to eat, wrestling with, should I eat this anymore because this person doesn't eat this, because this person feels you should eat this because, you're not ascending, or, to get the higher frequencies. But I'm telling you this, and I'm going to say this again, the food that you're eating, your body will guide you to what you're to eat. For anyone to go out there and say that if you eat this, then you're not going to be able to attain to the higher frequencies, that is a false teaching. Okay? So anyone is going to be having access to the higher realms and the higher frequencies. And this has to do with the stuff that you've collected that's non-food items. Okay? This has to do with the energetic stuff that you have collected as baggage throughout centuries. That is where the highest focus should be. Okay? And then what you eat comes naturally to itself. Because then that means you're more focused on the 3D stuff, and instead of what's happening in the other aspects of yourself for you to work through when it comes to your own healing. So that brought me to a whole new level again, because when you think about coming into union, that means that you're so comfortable with yourself that something is not going to reflect back as far as a lack of an aspect of a lack of self-love, because if you can't even look at yourself in the mirror and love the skin that you're in or the body that you have, that's going to reflect back through from your twin. He or she is going to also probably feel they're not comfortable with themselves and how they look and feel because you don't either. Or whatever you're thinking or feeling, they might say it to you out loud, and then you take it personally and say, oh, see, I knew I was right. I'm really ugly. I'm really this. I'm really that. When that's not true. It's just because it's reflecting back to you, because it's coming from your own thoughts and what you might be speaking out. So if you are one of those out there who have a hard time wrestling with the size of your body, then I feel then it's time for you to look deep within as far as what are your standards of beauty for you. Start from there and allow yourself not to base it on what you've been taught or told as a child growing up. Rewrite your story, rewrite who you are, rewrite to how you feel the truth is about you, and take that step from there and start loving yourself unconditionally no matter what. Take a picture of yourself and then look at it and say, well, you know what? I might not like this part of me, but you know what? I can run with it. And you know what? Just like what I said about myself, I saw something more than what I've never seen within myself. And not because someone told me, because I found it within me. And I brought it back into a space of joy. So I am glad that I was able to tell you this because, like I said before, it brought me into another stage of acceptance of myself. Whether I have on weight or not, I'm okay. I'm okay. And it's okay. And it wasn't, the main thing is that it wasn't as bad as I thought. That's the main theme. Okay. Okay. So now I am going to continue from what I finished off from the last segment back to what was happening on, I believe it was August 26th. Yes, it was August 26th. This was while I was having downloads coming in while I was looking for a dress, another dress, besides the one that I end up wearing. I just wanted to see if I had another option out there, and then the conclusion was the same dress that I got on that Thursday. So anyway, there were a lot of transmissions and downloads that were coming in through to me because when spirit is ready to I should say either take over, or I channel, or I receive the data, it's going to happen no matter where I am. And I have my phone ready as far as whether I'm speaking it, talking it, recording it, whatever. So I'm going to go back into conversations I was having with Sayani. And of course, I'm playing these because everything is so important to put together to understand ourselves as to what is happening. Like I have said before, there aren't any manuals out there or any books to say, hey, we're going through this stage and that stage. This is based on working together collectively as far as what is happening. And I receive so much downloads per day. It could happen in any moment, and it usually happens when I'm experiencing something within myself, and then it leads to more information and to more data. So I'm going to begin starting this. This was sometime in the afternoon, I believe, but it was on August 26th. And it had to do with the downloads that were coming in and light language that was being exchanged between myself and Sayani.
Yes, Sayani, I was interrupted. I just keep feeling like a lot of energetic anchoring taking place between some of us. It's so important for you to emphasize for those who are receiving these downloads and activations to keep the faith, and anchoring their faith and strength and belief in this, no wavering, and really staying within their power. It's so important because this is what is bringing the masculine home. Okay, the physical aspects of ourselves, because the internal, I keep getting like feeling jolts. It's like it's being shown to me like when you're putting two spark plugs together, and then when the spark plugs start to move together, like it's been dormant for so long, and then all of a sudden the engine is started, and then it's not a race, but it's so important for the feminine to anchor in her power. That's the main message for today. We must keep on anchoring our power and not faltering. And it may not be a few that do this, because if there's wavering and doubt and fear and and not wanting to give up on the old ways of processing things and stuff, and then there's more healing work to be done for some. So that's what I'm getting. All right, my love. That's what. Oh my goodness! Just a lot of energy. A lot of energy coming through to me. It's very jolting. There are some who are. There are some who. Oh my goodness. They might have been trying to stop this, but they can't. It cannot be stopped. Like a little bit of jealousy still, but not a lot, No. Oh, it's a lot of electrical charge in me right now, Siani. So I'm gonna go to take my bath and see what more I might get, because it's very jolting. I'm getting a lot of jolts. A lot of jolt in my body. It's like a very powerful electrical charge. So okay. All right, I'm gonna communicate with you if I'm feeling anything else, okay? Because I feel like we're jolting within each other. It's passing on from us, the higher ups, the elders. So the codes are not going to come in the same way they're telling me because it's for our for the group protection. Okay, just like a Naya and anyway, I was trying to get the words out and it's like I'm getting interrupted. So I'm passing it on to you, okay? All right. I'm hearing that these codes that are coming in and this energy, there's a wave of very powerful energy coming in right now through to me. I don't know if you're feeling it too. I don't know. And this is anchoring in more within the center of our entire body, the solar plexus, everything. I'm so tired. Oh my God. I feel so tired, but it's just, this has to happen. The masculine twin is feeling it too at the same time. Uy, bata 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 piketoro bata 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 bakara bata bata kata pasala bata shala 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 bata. Okay, calm down for me now. Oh my God, that was just absolutely like never had that experience before. It was extremely powerful. I had a lot of energy coming down through to me, Sayani. I had a question to ask you. Do you ever get the feeling with your union that I don't even know his name, your twin's name, but do you get the feeling that he is going to like ride on a white horse towards you? Have you ever had dreams to do with him, like being on a horse, like coming? It would almost seem like coming to your rescue, but it's not coming to your rescue. But do you ever get this feeling like a knight in shining armor energy to do with him? There's a reason I'm asking. Okay.
And she answered back to me saying, Siani, I'm talking, saying that she was feeling the energy too, and she was feeling jolts like a tube down center. She had no control over it, and she was doing an installment at the time, and she said self mastery is to be achieved by both masculine and the feminine, not just a soul takeover. And that she agreed in what I was speaking about. So I'm going to go further into the conversation, what was happening, being spoken verbally.
Yes, he has a strong attachment to the physical things of the world. That's what it is. That's the attachment. All right. That's the attachment. Makes a lot of sense. Well, based on what happened to me a while ago, there is nothing to stop what is happening right now between now and the next few months. That's all I'm saying. Nothing that anyone can stop. Nothing. No forces, no nothing. Everything is going according to plan.
As Sayani had mentioned that her twin was had some attachment, and I was responding to that. And of course, exactly what I said then, I say it now again. There is nothing that can stop any of this from what is happening right now. So I went further into conversation with her because we were talking about some souls that were coming in as walk-ins as versus soul takeovers. Soul takeover is where the higher self takes over your body basically and takes over the driver's seat and is living life in both worlds. So that is already has occurred. That has already occurred within me, and for some, this is what is going to be happening continuously from now until the end of the year. So a lot of energy is being anchored in to the body. Now there's some who are going to be walk-ins, but that is something that's agreed upon as far as this between two souls, where one soul leaves the body and the other soul takes over in terms of the other soul leaves the body. This is real stuff. This is not a make-up story. Okay, and there's some who, as I said before, will come in as a soul take over me. The soul, higher self takes over the body. I rephrase it in that way better. The higher self takes over the body and takes over the driver's seat, so to speak. Okay, it does not mean that you do not have any control or willpower. You do. That you start to feel different. It's like your higher self is guiding you in the body instead of you like feeling like you're channeling your higher self or receiving downloads or having conversations. It's quite different, and you feel even more powerful within yourself when your higher self has taken over. That's the one thing I can say. You start to do amazing things that you never thought that you'd be able to do. This is as far as within your own personal experiences that I'm speaking of, not to go try to to do harm to anyone or to do something crazy. So that's the reason why it's so important to be at a stage of self-mastery before this can occur. So that way the same destructive stuff does not happen like what happened in the beginning of time. That's correct. So I'm going to go further into the conversation between myself and Sayani.
Hey, Sayani, I just listened to your installment on YouTube, and one of the things how I know that when you are collapsing all the other versions of your twin, I realized and noticed that I had been having a lot of deja vu, like things that I experienced back in 2014. Then I accelerated to 2015 to do with my twin with messages, and now I'm in 2016. As of yesterday, I was up to March of 2016. So that can kind of give others, like a signpost to how do I know that I'm present, especially if you don't see them and you see the other versions of your twin, because I was seeing versions of him also, and I noticed I was in, 2014 and 2016 at the same time and all that stuff. So when you know how it's merging and converging together, it kind of gives you an idea and a signpost. So yeah, so the name that I use for my thing is Sharon Andrea, not Sharon Green. So just to let you know, because I know you probably see Sharon Green on the WhatsApp. That's the fake legal name, whatever. So I just allow myself to detach from my the married last name and all that shit. So so if I get more information, I will let you know as I receive them. And the way how Spirit showed it to me also is that the integration has started already. So depending on those who are remaining balanced, then it's going to keep anchoring in every second on the hour and the minute and the second. So that's what I'm being shown. As a matter of fact, think of a hourglass. When the sand, they're showing it to me. When the sand is filling up, that's why they probably brought me to the beach with the sand, like we're being filled up, just like the sand, in the hourglass. You know what I'm talking about? So that's how I'm seeing it in visual. And what else am I seeing here? Yeah. Okay. So between now and the 1st of September, the integration, everything that's coming down, the energy, all that stuff is already happening, already started. And then that's when, because what it makes me feel like as if our twins are being pulled towards us very strongly energetically, and it's like they nothing can stop this. That's, I keep hearing that nothing can stop this, they can't stop it, nothing can stop any of this with happening. It's just like the feminine energies can, as long as, like I said, staying in faith and trust and staying within their power, it's like it's an automatic band, like when you pull back the rubber band, and then all of a sudden spirit is just gonna have it just go boing, and then all of a sudden your twin is just back physically with you. So that's how it's being shown to me, like that. Yes. So that's what it is. It's almost like, if we look at it from biblical terms, the 7 days of creation, Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. And I made contact with Faith. I didn't even know that she knows you, and I didn't even know she was source knowing. That's so interesting. It's what a small, well, then we know it's not a small world, so we're all connecting, for us who are banding together with pulling in all of the data, because it's a lot of data, a lot of data. I thought I would have been sleeping already by now. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. So if I get any dreams or anything else, I will let you know, and go from there. Yeah. All right, my love. So talk to you later.
And so she answered and responded back to me, yes, that egos cannot be stopped, and exactly there's no stopping this, and totally changed they will be. Everything must be on track. No, she's never had the white nor horse night. And she asked me, why did I ask? And she said she had a dream that she saw a white horse, she thinks, or she had deja vu. But there are a few people who have said the white horse. And so she was also discussing about the current vessel in the bodies for seeing whether or not the timelines are collapsing. And I go further into discussing things with her.
Oh, that's interesting. No, it's not a bad thing to do with the white horse. It's just that's a part of the merging, I guess. Not just merging. What am I saying? The coming together with the masculine and the feminine. So I was just curious if other people are seeing, are the other people seeing it now, or they saw it before in the past? Because I saw it in the physical world and in dream state years before my twin found me. So I was just curious because I got a vision of something connected to you and your twin to do with a horse, but don't have any fears about him. That remember that everything that we are going through, they're going through it just in another version. So don't make any assumptions as if nothing's happening, and don't have any fear around it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter what status he's in. It doesn't matter whether he's a celebrity or not. It does not matter. Nothing at all. So just relax and let it go. Look, my twin has been stubborn too. He told me point blank to me that he's stubborn. And I said, I know, but I accept that there's a part of me that's been stubborn. So whatever part of you that's stubborn, let that go. So there's no reflection. Okay? No mirroring there. So because no matter what, like Spirit says, they've taken over. That's it. Even when I say, oh, I don't want to do any recordings, I want to do, and it's like you just pulled to do it, and this is the higher self has taken over. So if it's happening to me, it's happening to him too. That's all I know. There is no stopping any of this. I keep hearing it over and over again. They're telling me there's no stopping this. No type of negativity, nothing is stopping it, because we are reaching a threshold. They're telling me we're reaching a time, and it's just like, it's not like a deadline, but it's just we're reaching up to a certain point where everything has to be in place to where it has to be, and we can't, there's nothing can stop this, nothing. Okay, so these divine unions are important for a lot of things. So, and that's just the way it is. That's it. That's it. That's all. It's a complete surrender on both sides, not just one side. It's not going to be one-sided. It's happening with them too. When I felt that energy surge coming through to me, Spirit told me Ivan was feeling the same thing. He was feeling it at the moment wherever he was at. And I know that he's been stripped of his work. I'm not sure if he's not working at all. Can you tell? He's just working less hours. When I try to tune into him, I can't really tell.
So Sayani mentioned to me that she feels there's less working and going through music, and I know that Ivan always communicates to me through music all the time. Even yesterday over the weekend, it was so touching.
Yeah, because he was so attached to his job and working, and that's why I told you that I feel like a lot of the twins that are so hanging on to the physical things, that God just strip it away. And so that's why I said there's nothing stopping anything. Even if you try to fight against it, it's just not going to it's not going to work. And even this lady I know, the lady that I talked to, Linda, she got hurt, from going to the gym. And I told her that the Spirit says that certain things that we're used to being around, going places, certain people in our energy fields are being shifted away, moved away, separation happening through death, through something, that's it. Just can't stop any of this. Yep, that's it.
So she says yes, she's trying to stay neutral and trust, and that's basically it.
Yes, trust. Don't I feel everything is on track with your twin. Everything is on track. I really do feel it very strongly. Very, very strongly. And it's like the way how I feel how things are happening is that there's like collaboration from God. Well, that's so weird to say collaboration from God, but it's like the higher council, I guess that's what you call them. There's certain things that they're putting in place that is anchoring the specific, twins, and it's on track. It's like we don't have to worry about any interference at all. I just don't feel it. No interference anymore. It's like they're keeping things like more like on a daily basis, that we stay connected, so we'll receive downloads on what's happening, and not anything to know in advance too much, because they don't want any, so that way there's no interference. So that's why it's important for us to stay in high heart, to stay elevated and feeling and thinking positive thoughts. Very, very important to do that, because once it happens where with union and everything else that's coming into place, it's going to be such a strong, powerful effect that they don't want any imbalancing to take place, with our bodies and our minds and our soul. Because remember, this is the first time this is happening. It's not like as if, we've done this before. You know what I mean? So everything is like it's like what I say, delicate surgery. Does that make sense?
And she said it's like being placed at each other's feet of total surrender, mind, body, and soul, as far as that's what I told her in written words. And she says, yes, it makes sense that that there is a completely giving over control no matter what attempts are made.
And remember with the masculine, how they're handling things, it's hundreds of thousands of years of control and power that they've had. So, with the feminine, we are more easier when it comes to being receptive. And so the surrender that they have towards us is what's very important to be able to come before God and anchoring in the Christ energy. I mean, because these anchorings are not gonna just stop just like that. It's gonna keep on increasing and increasing and increasing as we continue to keep embodying. So that's why our children are helping, the angels are helping, it's a lot of work involved here. A lot of work involved. It's just not easy trying to be human at the same time. So, he said, hollow tube through my entire body. It was like, like I felt like when it was coming down through me, it wasn't from my crown chakra like what happened last week to me, because I had energy coming through my crown chakra. This time it was coming through my upper torso, but nothing down below, mostly in the upper mid chakras. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's the upper part of my body is where I was feeling all of that coming in, and around my throat also. Yes, it's like I was driving by and I saw the horse, and I just felt the surge come over me like something's about to happen. And then I drove to what we call another state, which was not too far away. And then I saw another set of horses. Then I saw a picture of a horse on a thing, and I took a picture. I was like, oh my God. And then I started seeing the numbers and synchronicities increasing, and I contacted Linda. I was like, Linda, look up 818. And then I saw 91. I said, oh, look up 9, because it was repeated, showing up, showing up, showing up. So I knew something was happening. Now I'm starting to see 1010. Now I'm starting to see 1010. Before I would see, I didn't even get to look it up. Because, it's like once I start, they just don't stop. It just goes on and on. So, but I saw the horses centering around your twin. So, it's just going to be quite an interesting thing to see how this unfolds. Because I don't, like, I'm trying to ask, is it going to happen the same way for everyone? And it's like I get a yes and a no. Like, is it the masculine, is it the masculine contacts makes the contact, because, the way how it makes me feel sometimes, like, as far as speaking for myself, it's like he is just yearning to want to be with me and contact me, but something is holding him back. Like, what it reminds me of, if you remember the biblical story, even though they didn't tell it in the truthful way, with the Moses, the 10 Commandments, and that shield of fire was holding back the chariots from being able to cross the Red Sea. And so once everything is completed with whatever is happening with the masculine, the shield is going to be lifted. Something's going to be lifted, and then all of a sudden people are just coming into reunion left, right, and center. So that's the best way I can describe it. And it's just going to be a trickling domino effect. It's going to be a domino effect. It's just like how is shown to me constantly with that 100 monkey theory. Bam, 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 bam. As one, they just away. But this is happening energetically within them through us. We are the ones that had to go through rituals to activate ourselves and have ourselves prepared. It's like getting ready to be married, That's what it is. And we got to have ourselves prepared with our bodies and our minds and our souls. There's a purification taking place. There's a purification taking place with our chakras, also our sexual organs, all of that is being cleared, because you have to remove all that old programming from how things were back then. So all of this is what's happening right now in this whole energy. Within the next 7 days, all of these purifications is taking place. So that's what I'm getting. All right, sweetie, lovely pie, I gotta get some sleep, and I gotta get up in another 3-4 hours for an appointment. So I pray that I get a dream, some dreams, if anything, to remember anyway. Alrighty, okay, love you much.
So by the morning time when I got up, Sayani contacted me. She said that she was processing attachment again to do with her son Ali. She was meant to have him that weekend. This weekend passed, and she feels he's missing her, and it triggered her. So she was sorry to vent. She was hoping it was okay, and she hopes that I was okay. That there was a major shift going on around her. So I just walked her through it, because each time that we are going through something that triggers us, it could be as minor as can be and major as it can be. That is a sign for you to know, that's for you to work on, to remove that block or to transmute that block. It's so interesting, what I love about how the Holy Spirit moves through me, and I love the fact that I record the things that I say, because everything I said here I did not remember at all, because I had so much stuff going on within the past few days. And today I did, for the first time, it was like a live webinar with myself, Linda, and Mandy, and Karen. And it was supposed to be like a healing session where I thought I was going to do prayers and meditation and some light language codes. But God had another agenda. And the agenda was to help to clear out the blocks that they each had. And they were major blocks. And so everything Spirit guided me what to say with reading into their energy, and what to say and what was to happen. And it was coming through with languages. So I will be playing that segment later on. But the thing why I'm mentioning this in the present moment is the fact that the same message that I received on the 26th with what you just heard me say, I repeated it again. And it's like the way how Spirit showed it to me, it's like it's going to be like a rubber band effect. It's a rubber band effect where you pull the rubber band back, and the rubber band is still attached to from one end to the other. But in this case, what's happening is that it's being pulled, and it's just going to snap, and boop, it's just going to go right into, snap right back into the opposite direction, but it's not detached from itself, you see? So it's like now what we're going through, like how I talk about the mirror effect, what's going to be coming up is the rubber band effect. Once everything is cleansed, purified, pulled together between the twins, because it depends on how much work you're doing within yourself. Whatever blocks that you have, and that you're working on removing those blocks, and that means that you're really coming into a complete surrender to God, and allowing the Holy Spirit to move through you, and paying attention to the signs and the messages. When I say move through you, that even if it means that you're crying, that you're venting, that you're allowing yourself to be open to receive the messages, and however it comes through for you, and that you're able to transmute it. It's not about what I mentioned today, or yesterday now I should say. No, it's still today. It's only 3 minutes before 12. That you are transmuting it, not getting rid of it. Because as you keep ascending higher and higher, no matter what experiences may come your way, at some point it will just not affect you any longer. That's right. It will not affect you any longer. It's like, I'll never forget when Neil Donald Walsh said, when you have your pain, you'll be able to cry through your your pain, laugh through your pain, and until it's no longer pain. That means that you're detached from the experience that you're having. You're detached from it. You're not affected by it. Whatever you're seeing in the third dimension, whatever that's affecting the third dimension, will no longer matter. And when you are able to work through your self-mastery to be able to do that, where you are you're still high in consciousness, but at the lower aspect, you're still going through the physical experiences while you're in the physical body, and each moment that you're experiencing something that is affecting you at that moment when it's occurring, because you don't know when it's going to come at you, because like I said, it came at me just with a freaking dress, okay, just with the dress. And what I was experiencing frustration and all that stuff, I realized that Ivan was experiencing something on his level with something just from the picture that I saw. So you see, he was experiencing his aspect of his frustration in his way as the masculine. I was experiencing, I mean, isn't it usual from females? We're experiencing frustration with, is our hair done right? Is it the way we want it to be? Is the makeup on okay? You know, we're getting ready to go on a special occasion, and there is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, you be the best that you want to be, and choose to be. Absolutely, and according to your standards, as long as it's your standards, and not that you're doing it for someone else. And so we went through going through that motion here, and as we're going through the motion, this is how we are really at that peak of self mastery. And when you're able to get to that place of self mastery and you come back to the void, okay, that void, that means that you're at 0 point. That means that you're at that place where you're neutral. You're not on either side. You feel you're calm, you're peaceful. If you get depressed for a millisecond, you just get right out of it within, I would say right now I'm mastering coming out of any sadness I might feel or any little fears, because I still have some little minor fears that still come up now and then, but it's minimized now. It's not maximized. It happens now and then. And it's a process. It's a process. So this is not where you're coming to that place where you're so freaking perfect and all of a sudden it's like, oh Lord, I'm not afraid no more. You might still have a little bit of that, and it's okay. It's just that at the time when it's happening, are you able to stop at that moment, go up high and see what is showing at you and say, what's showing up in my presence right now? What is this gift that I'm receiving right now? And then we transmute it out, and then we say, okay, I'm ready to go back to my holly jolly folly self. And if you have to say fuck off whatever it is, and then you come back again to your lovely self again, whichever way you choose to be. Or if you decide that you want to stay down in the valley of the shadow of death and stay in that mode, then tis your choice. Tis your choice. Okay? Do you understand the gist of what I'm saying here? This is what this is. This is what this is about. And so when both are able to maintain this mastery, and then you're actually matching up energetically with one another, okay? And once you're able to match up energetically with one another to a highest frequency, that's when you'll be snapping back together again like a rubber band, and there'll be no more, back and forth and repelling of one another. So it really does take inner work, and when you're at that place where you can even recognize it for yourself without even asking anyone, I really feel that you're on an even higher road to self-mastery, truly. So I'm going to continue further into the conversations because, I love, like I said, when I record stuff, because there's always more things that are coming out and I love the fact that whatever I say, it's repeated. And honestly, I did not even listen to this because I was still on a roll to everything I was recording, and how interesting that everything that came through today, based on being on this call today, was the same thing repeated. I was able to show it in more of a visual sense than just audio sense. So here goes. And this, what I'm about to play, takes place now on August 26, 2016, which was last week, Friday. And I can't believe it. It's already Friday again. I mean, oh my God. I have to pause here a minute. I mean, I thought, I'm there thinking in my mind, I'm like into Tuesday. Oh no, it's 1 week later, Friday again. Oh my God, this is amazing. So, okay, all right. I'm not gonna interrupt, but I'm just like, I mean, it's like I know the time is speeding up, but it's like at this moment, I'm like, oh wow, okay.
Yep, that's how I feel about Ivan, because when I saw his picture, I'm like, why do I feel like I don't care? But at the same time, I love him. But then it's like, I'm not jumping up and down for joy. That's very weird, but that's how I feel. Like I'm not jumping up and down for joy. That's the second picture he changed, and I'm like, oh well, that's how I feel. Tired of it now.
Yes, I'm not tired of him. I was feeling frustrated and tired of being in the situation of the ups and downs with the emotions and the experiences that I am having, which is perfectly fine because what we are human and still divine at the same time. That is what as above, so below is about. That's right.
Okay, I understand. Well, my children's father totally ignores them, so I have to deal with my kids too at the same time, and it's a lot on me. It's a lot. I have to think about when their next food is gonna come for them. The bills gotta be paid. I don't have any more money coming in. So I know, I understand. God, is there any way you can get him? Because I know that it helps if you do interact with him. Because children, they do take your mind off of it a bit. It does help. It may seem, because that's why I told my son to bring my grandson, because it kind of take my mind off of things, because it's like 24/7, 7 days a week. There's no space in between all of this. um does his father know what's happening with you?
So I understand what that's like because, when you have your children to take care of and you're also going through the ascension and the awakening, and, you know, I know what it's like. And you know what? I truly, truly empathize with each and every one of us, especially the moms, and dads too included, single dads. And parenting, it can take on quite a toll. There are some moms who are going through their twin flame journey that their child is being taken care of by someone else because it's so difficult. Thank God my children are not like young, but they're not old either. So it makes it easier because I even said to God, with what I went through that last full moon, I said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad I don't have an infant," because it's like you feel so out of it, and then you feel the pressure at the same time. You feel discombobulated, like you're spaced out. You feel disconnected. You don't know what time it is anymore. You're trying to function normally, you can't. You're not living the same way anymore. You don't keep up with appointments anymore. Everything just is just stripped away. This is what we are heading back to. We're not going to be doing the same third dimensional same things anymore. It's a whole new way of living. And while you're going through it, that means that we're letting go of the things that don't serve us, and that includes changes with our routines too. Our routines are being totally collapsing as well. There is no more routine. Oh, I do this on Thursdays only, or I do this every Friday. No, even that is also being stripped away from us. We are not doing the same old. And that's why I said the soul desires to know itself through the body. And that means that if the soul is used to being freely dancing, laughing, skipping, joy, moving through this, anything that is within the soul that is to clear, that's what the soul desires. So if you try to run away from not wanting to face yourself, guess what? Spirit is going to bring somebody or something along to make you look at it dead smack in your face again, over and over again, until you decide to allow yourself to shine. Okay? So I'm going to continue further in the conversation, which was taking place on August 26th.
Yeah, call him. I think that'll help you feel better, because the one thing about children, at least you don't have to feel like they judge you. Because my kids, when they hear me chanting, screaming, and singing whatever it's going on, the linguals, the codes, they're used to it by now. When I don't sleep, they're used to it. Let's take a deep breath. I guess something else must be going on, because it's like I feel so bummed out. Oh my God. And I got to get up in a few hours to go to court. I'm so tired of it, tired of it, weary. I just feel like I just want to go and run in a hole and hide now. That's how I feel. Oh my God. Oh, brother. Just keep the faith anyway. I feel that your son is temporarily with the dad just because of what you're dealing with on intensity, and when you were dealing with all the negative stuff. So it's not a permanent thing. I'm not feeling that. So don't even worry about it. I had to end up giving up my son for a while too, years ago, but it always worked out for the best. So it's okay. It's okay. I think maybe the younger the child, the harder it is. Because at least my youngest is she's gonna be 13. I even said to my the young lady that does my nails for me. I told her, I said, I would not even dream of thinking if I was going through this being a pregnant mother or have a young infant, because you can't function properly. It's like you're not functioning properly at all. You're like you don't have a life again. Um,
Or the life that you're used to.
how old is your oldest? Because I feel like Josh is the oldest, right?
And then she started to ask me, do I feel liquid cold gel coming out of my heart center? When I think of that, I think about dishwashing liquid, but I know what she's talking about.
No, I wasn't feeling that. I'm just feeling like lightheaded and lethargic and spaced out. That's and that started happening ever since the that energy that happened ever since that energy thing happened this morning when I was interacting with you. Oh, that's when that but I haven't been feeling. I felt a little bit of activation in my heart center, and then I'm very sleepy. It's like I just very sleepy, and then at the same time hard for me to go to sleep. It's just crazy. It's just really make you feel like you go crazy.
Yes, that's some of the symptoms I've been having too. It's like I want to sleep, but then I can't sleep, and then you feel tired, but then you're not tired. So that really makes me think that that's a part of the integration, because the soul doesn't require sleep, but the physical body does. So the soul is you filled up with so much energy, because I'm so charged up that I remember when I was talking to one of my friends on the phone. I don't remember which one, and her battery was dying, but it didn't die, and it's because the energy was filled up so much that it was charging the phone. Seriously. So the soul doesn't require sleep. And because the soul doesn't require sleep, that's that part of me that's just up, 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 don't want to sleep. But then the body, the physical body, is tired because, we're used to sleeping and the body needing rest. But some of us are ahead of the game where we're requiring less and less and less sleep. And then there's times when your body might say, okay, all right, screw you, we're going to sleep now. And you're just knocked out for a few hours, because we do need to have some sleep in order to allow the energies to anchor in, while you're sleeping. So that way the ego doesn't, interfere and say, oh, no, no, we're not going to have that now. We're going to go, go do something with the physical body. And then it's just quite different. So, and there's more surrender taking place when you're sleeping. That's right. So anyway, that is what's been happening, and and I think this is a great explanation as to why I was experiencing this, and maybe that's why I was supposed to talk about this. So there's a difference with how I'm playing these recordings to what I'm saying, because I'm analyzing and comparing notes, and then of course, as I said before, my higher self is just really taking the reins of things that are happening around me. I am not in a routine anymore at all. I have no idea what comes next. This is what creative flow is all about. This is about what surrendering to God is all about. That means you're surrendering your life over to God, and it's not based on the routines. Uh, I'm at a place, like I said, I don't have no idea where the next thing is gonna come in to take care of my bills or food, and you know what? It's okay. I'm thankful. I'm still in a state of gratitude. I have somewhere to lay my head at night and with my children. So the more we stay in gratitude, what happens? The more we receive. That is how it works. We receive more and more and more. This is not about how things are to look normal and, oh, I gotta do this, what I'm supposed to do in order to have this. I'm telling you, those who walk this path, everyone is stripped of something. Just stripped. Just don't have it. And this is where we're at that place, like the biblical story of Job, where Job lost everything. He lost everything. I remember my grandmother used to compare my life to that, lost everything. And then what happened? Everything was restored back to Job eventually. And his friends and his family would say, why don't you just curse God and give up? And so this is, how long can you take this? How long can you move through this this illusion, this false reality? Because what is it that keeps us going? What is it that is the truth here? The truth is love. That's what the truth is. That is what is keeping us alive, and what is bringing all the wonder and amazement in our world. So anyway, I'm going to continue on in the conversation that I was having with Sayani.
And it's okay to cry and let it out, darling, because I think we're purging out a lot of things to do with the with your twins. I think that's what's happening with us, because I'm telling you, when I looked at his picture, he looked like he's fed up, pissed off, had enough, aggravated, don't want to be at work, don't have anybody to talk to, and he's introverted too, in a way. So I feel I'm going through all the stuff that he's feeling. So it's the same thing with you. So that's what I'm feeling.
And
Yeah,
so she said that she's hanging out in limbo, and her friend is very good at predicting almost 100% of what she said has come to pass. She said her friend feels that September, October for reunions.
so too. I listened to an installment about an hour ago, and there's going to be an influx of twins coming together, and it's starting in September. That's what the segment said, starting in September. But I feel some of it it's already in the works already now. So it depends on the it depends on the timing, the template, the soul contract, everything all together in one. So I think it also depends on certain circumstances for some, and how much and whatever is happening, in their lives. So it's so many different factors that spirit show me what's bringing this all together. But it's like there's still lingering effects with all of this, Just a lot of lingering stuff. And I know something has to be coming up to do with me very soon, because I'm like in a whole lot of stuff going on. It's like, oh my God, that's all I can say. Oh my God, it just don't make no sense. Everything's stripped away. So, but more than one person is saying that a lot of twins are going to be, it's going to be back to back to back. It's going to be like a floodgate of some that are coming, but those who are not really doing the work, or they're still like sleeping with other people, or very negative, or they're doing false teachings and stuff like that, they're not going to feel the effect of everything. So, okay. Wow. Well, I really feel that higher self has taken over already. I just get that. Higher self has taken over already, and you can't fight it. Nobody can fight this anymore. Can't fight anything. You have to just accept, and that's it. Total acceptance and surrender, whether you like it or not. Have you been having a lot of deja vu moments, like you've lived out through something already and then you repeat it again? Because I think that's a sign when you know that you've collapsed most of your timelines, because I'm not getting any more timelines that much. I'm like, how do I put it, like, let me see, March, April, May, June, July, I'm about maybe 3 months. So it's I don't see any more, I'm not getting any more energetic things from the past. So, I guess if you're seeing more timelines, and that, I guess that means there's something for you to purge out. So maybe that's what's helping you to purge it out once and for all and collapse it. Probably that's what's happening, because I don't have that. I'm not having that feeling it anyway. So can't tell. But it's not that far away if that's the case. Then if that's the case, it's not that far away. I think it depends on what's happening. God, this really sucks. Just sucks. Tired of it now. And I don't care if anybody says, oh, don't think that way. Don't, it's just, I don't give a fuck more. It's just like getting to me. Really is. My God. All right.
Hi, Sharon. I noticed something last night which is interesting. Do you remember I said to you that my twin has arthritic toes? So there's all pain in the toes and that. It's almost like the pain's become amplified now, almost like the light body's being pushed more into the physical body, or the physical body's being pushed more into the light body, if that makes sense. It's almost like all the ailments have gotten really bad, like denser, more compact, to feel like the light body's tighter, or the physical body's tighter. It's the physical body and light body integrating. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, because I had said that what it reminds me of, because I had 5 pregnancies, and it's like when the baby's getting bigger and bigger, and you're about to give birth, and then the baby's pressing on your organs. So that's that tight feeling. So I agree with that. I really feel that, how do you say it? It's like a rubber band effect is about to take place. A rubber band effect is about to take place. Like the can't stop it. So I feel that the light bodies are merging. That makes a lot of sense, because the last dream I had to do with Ivan is this was just a few days ago. He was hiding in a corner and he was crunched, like humped over, and I was like, oh my God, you shrank. And he was younger, but then he looked older. And then it's like he started to start talking to me, and then we kept talking until finally he I guess I would say released how he was feeling, or he started to straighten up or something like that. So whatever it is that has been trying to be avoided with them, it's just gotta face it, so whatever we have to face, they have to face it. If everybody's saying the same things, that whatever we're going through, they're going through it too. The same pain that I'm feeling, they're feeling the same way too. Fed up, he's fed up. Had enough. Same thing. And it's for me, it's like it's just so fucking repetitive, Same thing over and fucking over again. And I feel like I'm just working, and then there's just nothing. I was like, God, I feel like I'm him now. I'm like, can you just bring something physical now for once, at least one thing? I can't keep going on like this, like a fucking robot. That's how I feel, like a robot, doing the most impossible things in the world. Sometimes I don't want to pull any more rabbits out of the hat. I've tried everything. So I told that to Lynn. I said, I feel like I'm him now. Okay, I'm like, okay, show me something. So maybe he's being me now. I don't know. I'm tired of even trying to figure it out too. So I think we're just being each other at the same time. That's what I feel.
Spirit is confirming that's exactly what it was. I was being him and he was being me. We're being each other at the same time. This is what mastery is all about, being it all at the same time.
Yeah, look, my deja vu, what I've been experiencing, what I noticed is that I am repeating things, but the time is sped up, coming up to the present. So now I'm, from the last deja vu moment I had, actually was today, with something that was repeated again with someone that I was with, and I told her about it. And so it puts me like around March, April of this year, because I was in 2015 and before that was in 2014. So now I'm in 2016. So that's a good sign for me because I've collapsed a lot of those timelines. I really, really did. And it was no joke. What I do is I talk it out or sing it out, or I just look at it and just till it just goes away. That's it, because it's temporary. But the one that I want to be just gone completely is these experiences that I'm having over and over again to do with the finances, the house, the this. I've had it. I've had it to the max now. God. And I don't have any sexual urges either. I usually have a lot of sexual urges. Don't have that either. So that's another thing that's changed. And someone else said to me that they feel that he's having a lot of sexual urges. So I think it drives him crazy. So, because I used to feel it very strongly all the time. But I know he's thinking about me 24/7, and I was able to notice and see that he was up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3:30, and then if he has to go to work, he's dog tired. And you can't sleep with all this energy. It's a lot of energy.
And she says, yes, very repetitive. That's how I feel too, going round and round. She said, gosh, I'm doing future, past, and present all in one go. There are hundreds floating around me through my psychic abilities. And she says she has got the sexual urges, still not urges, but the energies.
But I really honestly feel that it's always going to be that way because that's the reason why we're always going to be in the now. It's just a matter of, because whatever I'm experiencing is not necessarily negative in terms of the past. It's the present stuff that's, been annoying, the struggling and, waiting for the phone call, whatever. That's the part that's annoying to me. And having to be looking over my shoulders, which that part goes way back into the beginning, So I'm just like, I don't even want to think about it anymore. It's just like, whatever. That's how I feel, whatever. It's because if I keep thinking about it, and then it just keeps going on and on too. So whenever I get the signs and the messages, I'm like, okay, that's nice, but bring something physical, because now I'm seeing a different set of numbers now, and I'm like, oh, great, that's nice. Can you give me something physical now? So I keep saying it. Give me something physical. That'd be lovely. Oh my God.
She said, yes, I understand frustration clearing right now.
Yeah, that has to be it. Even if I wanted to say, oh boy, I'm so glad that I'm not them, but guess what? I'm still feeling the whole thing. Feeling the whole entire thing. So it doesn't make a difference. It's still feeling everything. They feel what we feel what they feel. So that's what makes it all about the the oneness, feeling it all. And I remember what I told him. I said, you can run, but you can't hide. So, like, the numbers that I'm seeing more frequently now to add on top of the other numbers is 1010. 1010 and 909 and 919 and 818. All that. So I didn't get to look it up. But that's what I'm seeing. So whatever that means. But it's like constantly in my face, like 777, 333, 222, 111, 4444, And now I'm seeing 10, 10, 10, 10 blatantly in my face. Yep, I'm having aching also. And I'm hardly getting any sleep. It's like I go to sleep, try to go to sleep, and then I can't sleep. And then I wake up and I'm tired and I want to sleep, but then I can't sleep. It's just crazy. And I have no bags under my eyes. Some people say they're not even able to eat anymore. I mean, there's sometimes I was only eating one meal a day, and then I put on so much weight that I didn't want to. And it's so frustrating. Everything is just frustrating for me right now. Extremely frustrating. But even my twin, he grew a beard and everything. Because anytime anybody grew a beard, you know they depressed. Depressed to the max. But it has to be this way. Has to be this way. So I think someone else too, they put out a segment too saying that the twins are getting messages from their soul saying either put up or shut up or or that's it. That's it. So, hey, I'm getting the message that there is no stopping any of this. No, nothing. Nothing can stop this. So that's the bottom line. So here we go. Another ride. Another ride. My God. Hey, Sayani. Well, I was just thinking about you, too. I'm kind of rushing to go to this stupid courthouse to finish this off, whatever the hell. But you're so right, because I was going to message you. I didn't even get to see your messages till just now. But if you're going to...
Turn left onto New York 45 South.
Talk to me verbally, because I can't read and drive, okay? I had a dream about my twin. Remember yesterday when I was talking to you? Seriously. The picture that he changed on WhatsApp because he had blocked me. He had blocked me on WhatsApp, and the way that I'm able to see his pictures because I had to end up downloading it through my other phone number I have on my tablet, and so I dreamt that he unblocked me as seriously ever, and then his face was
in 1,000 feet. Turn right.
His face was completely changed and everything, so I feel lighter again.
Turn right toward Palisades Interstate Parkway South, then take the ramp to Palisades Interstate Parkway South.
Remember when I said to you, sorry about the talking thing, remember when I said to you that when you asked me yesterday where I was feeling anything, and I said, well, I wasn't feeling anything to do with my crown, but it was more like something up to my throat, so I feel that has to...
Take the ramp to Palisades Interstate Parkway South.
So I feel that that's my GPS talking. So I feel that this has to do with that part with that letting go and finally speaking up. And because remember, I told you all the dreams I had is him. We're talking and talking for hours and hours and hours and more.
Continue on Palisades Interstate Parkway South for 7 miles.
And every time I see the 616 for me, there's something coming closer to reunion. It's just closer and closer and closer and closer. That's what that tells me. And so as soon as I came in the car and I saw your message, I saw the 616 on my odometer. So I believe you. I believe you that something is shifting. You know, really staying within our power helps, and standing strong with it, and not being afraid to speak up, not being afraid to show ourselves. Like even if somebody says, oh, so what do you do? Oh, I'm a this and that, I'm a twin flame. I don't give a fuck anyway. I've been doing that long time. I've completely let go of caring about what anybody thinks about me. Really and truly don't give a fuck. I don't give 0, 1 to 4 to 10 fucks, you know? Because what we've had to endure has been just absolutely, because when we were interacting yesterday, we were purging. When you were talking about Ali and then when I was talking about my frustrations and feeling disgusted and all that stuff still, it's and all that started from just because my dress didn't fit me. I'm telling you, it's just how higher self brings things for us to purge. And it could be something that comes into our thought process, or it could be something that we're physically experiencing. For me, it always is from something I'm physically experiencing, and then I'm purging, you know, the frustration and all that stuff. But then we were purging the stuff to do with our twins at the same time, because, you know, so we got to decipher, is this mine or is this his, you know, or hers, whatever. Yep, I believe that. That's amazing. Oh, I know my twin is I know he's gonna eventually quit his job because it's too overbearing, and he was so attached to it. So, and it's not feeling good. I feel that it's not feeling good because just like how my billing work just stopped abruptly, I don't get no cases coming in. You know, it's like whatever cases I had coming in,
was just to have some money coming in, you know what I mean? And it's really something. And but the thing is that my twin has money saved up, so oh my God, I tell you. But it's not worth it to work for this hard money that's not serving our highest purpose, you know what I mean? That's the thing. So all right, my love, if you get anything else, let me know. If you get ooh, I see 1111. All right.
Hello, lovely. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Bang on. I feel that they need to release their jobs, right? And they're starting to realise, oh, I don't even want to do this anymore. I want love more than this, right? My love is more better, and it's like, this is stopping me, this is blocking me, and I'm going to let it go. And that's what I feel is happening. And oh yeah, my mum.
I saw 919 when I listened to your transmission coming from your because I felt something coming through to my heart. Everything is happening in the torso area. Oh my goodness, Sayani. Oh, I know how this feels, what you're experiencing with your mom. I went through that with my mom, but she had breast cancer. I feel your mom is not wanting to be here anymore. Anyway, but I know that it's okay for me to say that to you because I don't usually tell anyone when I feel they're passing on, eventually. So, but you already knew that. I've been feeling that since I heard you say it, and immediately Spirit told me. And that's exactly what it is, to pump chemicals and substances in the body, So yes, there is major shift happening. There is, because everything is showing it's in alignment here. I keep seeing 909, and then I saw the 919 and the 999 and the 616. So there is a higher connection taking place. This higher. And it's so funny that this all happened while I was crossing that same bridge again, the same bridge. It's like a intertwining, For whatever reason, the Spirit has me having to go back to this courthouse because of what I'm clearing and anchoring to do with the collective, It's one of the biggest courthouses, Supreme Courthouse. White Plains. Everything that's not been justly for people is the scales and things are to be balanced, So I send you love and prayers to your mom. Yes. Should be to Kulubora Mana Machalabata Shalebe Pekato. Umime Hasanda, Tuchuku Tonbe Akanga. Tell an Ekanta Shikedo Isa. Kuna mirabata pasala me toko ndo mi abada. Sole mi nabada pekikana. Nabada bada peki solo batasha bada solo kushule beraba. What did you mean by sat name? I didn't understand that you said sat name. You're laughing. What is that? All right. And she said yes, the torso.
Kiana shakana ta ani eneti enihi kiana kahana takana kaha hiana ka hiana hashana kana takana nataka. The sat nav, satellite navigation, nishikaniana kahatanaka. Niana kahana ta anaka anieni ka anieti ini ka anahana taka anaka. are still coming through. These transmissions are really like, oh my god, there's so much shifting implants in the feminine, and now I'm removing, and that's okay. Nakashahana takana naka anyene tieni kiini na takana hanaka hiena shaanaka hayeni yanaka nataka. Oh my gosh, it's like it's just like flowing and flowing and flowing, isn't it? It's just coming through and through. Okay, integration. It's all in the torso, like you were saying. Ashakana, takanana ka ana, na taka ana, kahana ka, na na taka ana ka ha, yana nini ka ninti ka hana ka. Oh, mate. So how can we even talk when this is just like flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing and flowing? It's just really, it's modifications, transcendence, elaboration, fruition, diligence is the words I'm getting right now. Everything is merging into one, unifying, solidifying, transferring frequencies over into each side. And as we integrate these now, okay, so these are flowing now. Kashana ka anataka anata ana ka a yeni enataka anaha hashakanana ka ana nini nene ka anataka anana like ene ka nana kada. Hiana ka hashanata a hiena ananta ka ana hiena ka niena ka anata anaya nana ka ana anata hiena ka naka laka anata ka anata niana ka a. One. I keep hearing one. Let's just say that one. Emerging. The feminine's merging into the masculine. It's pulling. Nashakana ka adataka ana ninika inyintik anaka nata ana yana ayini anaka anetini anaka anahanaka anata anaka. Full integration. Right, I feel the left hemisphere and the right merging into one now. It's like the left's crossing over and the right's crossing over. One beneath and one above at the frontal lobe. Nashakahana da anaka anada anyenike anienti inika anaka. That's all for now.
I just saw 333. As soon as I saw what you say 333, something wonderful and magnanimous is happening. I walked out of the courthouse and I feel free. Oh, I see 616 now. I had to pause for a minute because as soon as I didn't even get to listen to all of what you said, Sayani, and it's like instantly I get a jolt within me. And just before you contacted me, the spirit showed me the mirror effect. That's what I sent you, that picture. I took a selfie with the vehicle in the background. I started to say, when I said, wow, I am so fucking brave. That's what I said. I said, I'm so brave. It's like you come into this sense of bravery because of all the things that I've been able to do and no one has stopped me. I've kept that power within me so strong. And then I saw the 919. Those were my thoughts. And then I saw the 919. I said, oh, let me take a picture. And then I said, oh, let me take the picture without coming out the car. And then I said, oh, but it's not showing 919. It's showing it upside down and backwards. And Spirit said, remember the mirror effect. Have you been seeing things like a mirror? I don't know how else to describe it. It's like things to do with a mirror, to do with your twin. I'm talking like, God, it happened, and I did talk about it quite a bit. When something is mirrored, back to you through your twin or something. But anyway, that seems to also be a part of what's happening as well, that we're having the mirror effect, the deja vus, power within ourselves, and it's all just like, coming in together, because it's like saying I was saying this is what happened when I saw in the dream with Ivan with his picture, and he says I want you to see me, I want you to see me. Oh, I see 22. It's like his spirit is saying, I want you to see me, I want you to see me. I'm like, I see you, you know. So it's like seeing my reflection through him and him through me, and that includes the energy, the thoughts, everything, because it's like not being able to decipher which one is mine, which is yours. And then sometimes it separates a little bit, but it's not a huge gap anymore. It's like it's just integrated, the thoughts, the patterns, everything. It's 7-Eleven, all this at the same time. It's I knew something was going to happen from coming down here. My God. And so that's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting right now. So if I'm going through the experience, that means that's what's happening right now with most of us. So that way you'll be able to make sense with the physical things and the spiritual things at the same time. So tell me, I see 444. So validation from the angels, validation.
I still like language coming through, so here we go. Nyanaka hanata ayena yenaka hananianaka anata ana hanataka anata yanaka nasaka hanini yerga anaka yanata anaka aniga anaka anata anaka. It's just coming and coming. 33 as I saw that. Nashaka nianeta anaka nieta anaka anda ana nianaka hanaka hiana hashiana anata yenieti inianaka inata anaka. Base shifting from the root chakra out now into, it's coming up. Oh, nashaka ana ta anaka ana nini yenaka anati yenaka ana hana niyenaka ana taka. So much shifting now. Wow. Okay, that's it for now.
They're telling me as I'm hearing the song, we're inseparable. It's like spirit is gluing us together. That's what I'm getting. It's like we're inseparable, like more and more and more. It's like it's oh my God. See, I see the 919 again. Oh my God. And our higher souls is communicating this to each other, yours and mine. I feel whenever I feel these jolts, that's when more intertwining is taking place with pulling. They're being pulled towards us, Sayani. They're being pulled towards us. It's like cannot separate. Nothing is separate anymore. It's just all together, glued together. That's what I'm feeling. And they're doing, this is happening while I'm driving. Oh my God, why it always happens when I'm driving? Oh my God, this is crazy. And it's
Ya tam chai ta ku ta porowa. Ta se la vida ta chako siaba. Ya ta ta ku lu wa ba tam chang gai ta hi ta ta kam bai tai ra ko ta choi ma ta bai. Hai ta cha kham dai ta cha hai ta ye ko to. Ai chi cha hai tai cha ko tu yi ja. Hai de bi ko ba ha ma ku ai ba. Hai ta cha kham chai ta se chei ra ko to chei dai. Ku ye ba ai ta kham dai ku tai ta cha hai la ba ta hai ta cha ba. He to lo ba da ba ta ta bi ta ta choi ba. Hai de se lai to ko. Ho hai ta hai. My heart is like, oh, it's feeling, it's very powerful energy. Ay, kadere, way back. Oy, ilada, kaya, sari ranta tasira kita tu coba. Kadere tak kadere. Cuci kembali lagi, kali kita kembali. Kembali ada, cuci itu tak cuci kembali dah, cuci anda, cuci lagi, cuci dong. Kaya dah kan cuci cuci kali, rasa kali cuci cuci kau dah apa? Kaya kan kau kan dari dari cuci cuci bang, cuci kau tu kau cuci bang, bang, thấy lại sao vậy thôi được được mình thấy đi chặt chặt đấy chặt tụt trăm đã chặt trăm trăm tụt trăm thấy là chặt con mà đã đi chặt được bảy cái chạy sập có tụt cho mình nè chặt chạy trung chạy à. That was anytime that ancient Chinese thing comes in through me, it's like that masculine side of myself is just integrating. That's what's happening. Whew. The period of wealth. Yeah, sa ta kinere ai se te to should be chamba. Okay, I think it's calming down now. That's what I'm getting. All right.
She said it was so intense. Even when I listen to myself, my God, it's extremely intense.
And then I see 444, whatever I just said a while ago. That just like this just completely took over my body. Oh my God. And I see 444. This is in always when I'm driving, Sandy, this happens. This is crazy. All right. But I understand what's happening. Whatever period that we were our strongest as masculine and wealthy, that's what's integrating, bringing in that those gifts. I mean, at least for me, it's like bringing in the gifts. So whatever timeline that we have had our greatest in wealth, our greatest in prosperity, all of that is anchoring in. So it's pulling it in. It's all being pulled in. Because even right now, inadvertently, my hands are crossed in front of me like a protective shield. I'm doing this before I come out of the vehicle. Oh, okay, that's what Spirit is telling me. So, a little Okay, so what I'm hearing from Spirit, because I keep hearing unblocked. Any blockages that have been there is now removed in my frequency, in my union. Everything is unblocked, so it's like it's going to be happening rapidly, constantly, persistently. Is what Spirit is showing me. So some of us are starting to feel it's going to keep flowing like this oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to handle this going to the wedding tomorrow. My God, it's it's like all systems go. It's like, oh, see 666. So it's all integrating the spiritual DNA and the human DNA. There's more of the spiritual DNA is integrating right now. So the higher selves are intertwining. It's like my higher self and his higher self are intertwining right now, because it's like, oh my God, whenever I see 666. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of these energetic things is happening for me. So for whatever reason, there's more focus on the torso. So then that leads me to believe, when I was feeling things happening in my crown chakra last week, and then the torso, so it's working its way down to the other chakras. So that's what it feels like, what they're telling me. That's why they're working on integrating. So whatever was integrating from the crown last week for me, and then the torso now, that's what's happening. So I would believe then the next step would be to the lower chakras, and then that's the part that rules the masculine, right? The sacral area, from below. That's why I haven't been feeling any sexual urge, because they had to clear out all of those energies and stuff that have been accumulated for centuries, the distortions and all these things. Their sexuality, because we're getting ready and prepared for the divine sacred sex that's going to happen with twins when we come together. So this is what I'm hearing. Wow, Sayani, I just finally finished listening, because every time I played when you were speaking in the light language to me, I kept pausing it, because I was getting the downloads coming through to me, and Spirit told me to record it. And how interesting that you got the same thing. I got that there's integration taking place between between ourselves and our twins. Oh my God, this is amazing. Really, truly amazing. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Amazing. Very powerful stuff. Sayani, interesting, when I was listening back again to what you were picking up on, you were feeling the integration happening with the lower chakras, and I was saying I'm feeling everything in the torso. So that means then that we're all experiencing it on different aspects, but it's still happening anyway, and I'm not getting a feeling as if it's gonna stop. It's gonna continue in intervals. So that's what I'm getting. Yep, it's going to be ongoing. And this is what's happening energetically up until the new moon, when it comes in, which puts it around the 1st of September. Yes, Sayani, it's driving things. That's the only time. That's when it seems to have lately. So much stuff comes out when I'm driving being outside, and now I'm crossing over back the bridge now. So I guess that tied up loose ends, and I'm back over to the other side. What's funny too, what just happened, is that he was singing to me as the feminine, because he has sing to me before. And you remember when you were picking up on him to do with music, because the picture I have of me, he's always listening to music all the time, and that's how he communicates with me. So the song "This Will Be an Everlasting Love" by Natalie Cole kept playing over and over, and I'm like, why does this thing keep playing over? And then I said, oh my God. So he's singing back to me as a feminine energy, instead of before, when it's masculine songs that were coming towards me, like "Stuck on You" and some other songs, "Unforgettable" by Nat King Cole. A lot of songs, where the male is singing. So now he's singing to me as the feminine. That's interesting. Wow. Making note of everything, my dear. Making note of everything. Maybe he'll soon start squatting on the toilet to pee like I do. Oh, this is all so incredibly strange, but incredible at the same time. What can I say? But at least I feel calmer now. I feel so at peace again. Oh my God. So intense. 91 degrees outside now. Oh my God. 91. Wow. All right, my love. Oh, that was really something earlier today. All right, I hope you enjoyed your dinner. It's time for me to eat lunch. Yeah. All right. So now I left off with my conversation with Sayani and going into my conversation with Linda for the rest of the afternoon.
Hey there, I just got your first voicemail of the day.
Aww.
Oh my gosh, big hummingbird's like trying to shoot the other one. Anyway, yeah, I think that when you were talking, because you know how we were talking, you were saying about me accepting my body and not worried about it and all that stuff and letting things go and surrendering, not being attached. Well, I think it's the same. I think it's really about, you shouldn't have to lose 20 pounds. Do you know what I mean? And I know you're comfortable with yourself. So, but I think it's just a reminder that, we're not this body anyway. We're in the physical body, but, it goes back to what we've been talking about all along is the self-love. And I'm not saying that you don't love yourself, but it's accepting as well, because it is what it is. And, and not being attached to the jewelry or to the thing, to the dress or anything like that. Because I feel that you can look good in anything. Do you know what I mean? Because it's who you are, right? Whatever you weigh, you can look good in anything. So that's my sense. And anyway, when you were talking, that's what I got. So I wanted to share that with you. And I know you're getting your hair and stuff done today. And I know you said you're going to go buy Nordstrom's. But yeah, the dresses are so outrageous. It's ridiculous, And there's beautiful dresses at JJ House. So definitely. And I think that place in Los Angeles, Noel, where Posh Panache, that Middle Eastern girl, and those two girls and the guy, whatever, they had that stupid show. I'm sure they might be pretty expensive too. I haven't checked them, but anyway, I'll do that. So, oh my gosh, you just blew up my phone. There's so many messages. Yeah, I'll take a look at all those today. My darn computer's acting weird. I've been trying to post this show up on different social media sites, and it's not allowing me to do it. So weird. But, again, that's okay too. It's like, whatever. And, yeah, so, and I got your message about, I think I might have answered it, about, no, I don't think I did, keeping the commitment with the pre-Emmys and the fashion show and the red carpet. Yeah. And I haven't talked to Ray yet. I watched my movies last night, so I didn't call. And so, yeah, I got to talk to him this weekend. So, and let him know that I'm not going to just be on the team, but I support whatever they do and things like that. Yeah. So, and the thing is, I don't have to go to these events. I mean, he likes us if we're a team to go, but if I'm not on the team, I don't have to. So, and I think Marina got back on the team. But,
Hey, Linda. Okay, so now I'm getting a choker to go with the dress. Well, you know what? I'm just doing the best that I can. I mean, I was able to put on a girdle with the dress, and so it'll just suck right in. That's all. So, but at least I feel much better because I like to feel sexy, but still sophisticated at the same time. And it's just that certain dresses pull off certain things with me, and otherwise I would feel like, well, I don't want to go, I don't want to miss the wedding either, So I let it go yesterday. So I did when I was in Nordstrom, I was looking at dresses, but they weren't fitting me the way, and I'm getting away with a size 12 dress where I should be really like a 18 because it's certain, and there's not a lot of stores anymore that's making dressy dresses because this other lady I bumped into, she asked me if I know any other dressy because the one that used to be at the mall is not there anymore. It was a huge bridal salon place, So disappointed. So it's like as if you could only, she said the same thing, she'd like to be able to try on the dresses because usually when you get a dressy dress, you have to get it a size up bigger. So I'm normally a size 14, but I had to get a 16, 18, but it depends on the cut and all these things. So when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh my God, I've put so much weight from all of this spiritual stuff and eating sweets and candy. And I was like, oh my God, because I wasn't this big, I was down back to a 10 before. But anyway, so I let it go because Spirit says once I get with Ivan, the chip's gonna come right off. So it'll blend right in. So, but I understand. Wow, Linda, I didn't know that O'Shea had issues to do with how she feels about herself, and she's so beautiful. I love her fabulous out of this world hairstyles. Wow, it's amazing. But we all, I guess, go through our own
growth period when it comes to loving ourselves unconditionally. So it makes a lot of sense, with a lot of things. But I feel that the next time that I release weight off of my body anyway to feel, because I still want to feel comfortable within myself. I don't like feeling heavy. Then that would be it. I won't be feeling like I'm going through a yo-yo issue anymore to do with how I feel. So anyway, I got my necklace and I got it 40% off. I got it for $8. $8, that's right. It's not, well, I just had another deja vu moment. I saw a license plate that I saw before, and it says Re-Life. I didn't have a chance to go and take a picture of it, but I remember when I took a picture of it months ago, and I know it was this year, so it would be really interesting if it's after March of 2016. That's when it was taken. So I'm gonna go back to my pictures online now to see when I took it, and that'll give me an idea around what segment, So this is the detective that I am, because this is what's going to help us to understand and put together the timelines that we're in, how we're really compressing it down, compressing it together. This is a lot of integration is happening. So another thing too is that some twin flames are being inspired to finally announce that they're twin flames, and I think it's an excellent idea. I already did that months ago, and because this is about the new earth is where we are not going to be hiding anymore. Everything is out in the open. The only thing that remains sacred that's not going to be out in the open is sacred sexuality between ourselves and our twins, because that's what's private. Spirit has told me that long time ago. So I've already been ahead of the game with that. I already had announced on YouTube that I'm a twin flame. It's very well known on Facebook. I'm not afraid to post my stuff on Facebook anymore. Not that I was afraid, but I used to hold back a little bit because I'm like, oh, really paying attention. Oh, if anybody's understanding. But now there's more and more of us coming together as a group to get out of our fears, because if we are feeling a fear about not being open about who we are, then of course your twin is going to feel the same way too. I just see 919. Alrighty. Now the other thing too is that I know some twins feel they don't like to share anything to do with their twin, or to share anything what's going on. That is a personal choice, of course, but here's a food for thought. I have already, when I contacted Ivan that time, because I was holding back and kind of having an inhibition, because in my segment I'm talking about him. It's just a part of the package. It's just the way it is. I end up talking about him, and I had to tell him that, because I don't want him saying, oh my God, or whatever. So I told him, and I already point blank told him we are twin flames, and I just got it out the way. That's it. I was not holding back on anything, because he is just like me. He's looking at me. I'm him. I'm the type of person where I'm straight. I'm very straightforward, and I don't believe in hiding anything. Just get it off your chest, get it out the way, boom, you're done, So he's aware that I have the segments out there. Of course, he didn't want to look at them. I see 333, all is well, because that stubbornness is easing off. I just saw his license plate say Gabriel. It's Archangel Gabriel has my back with this. That's one of my main guardian angel over me. So now it will be up to each twin's discretion how much they want to talk about their twin. But I feel the more you open up, like openly about your twin, that helps them to also step forward, because there's a fear that's within the masses of the twins where I've been persecuted and prosecuted when I was found out who I was, because of the collective not understanding. That's the reason why I'm very detailed, when it comes to when I talk about things, because every time you don't take an opportunity to connect the dots with each and every one of ourselves, because we all have codes within ourselves, why Spirit has us connecting to one another, because I have certain keys and codes, Sayani might have keys and codes, there's so many keys and codes within each other. Even the ones that we've had negative experiences with, keys and codes have become more and more unlocked. It's like with you, Linda, more and more keys and codes unlocked and brought to the surface, come up out. You know what I'm saying? So that's a part of what this purging thing is too. It's going both ways. We're keeping the good that serves our highest good, and we're purging out what doesn't serve us well. So one of the things that has been a fear, the biggest fear with the twins, is being found out, burned at the stake, thrown out of windows, persecuted and prosecuted, saying that we're crazy. Even my when what's her name did my nails yesterday, she was like, oh, does Stacy still think you're crazy? And I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. Because you see, when you speak from truth and you speak, that throat chakra opened up, and my throat chakra has been opened up long time ago, like super magnetized now. When you get at that place, because this straight up spirit saying, when you're at that place, I'm serious, when you don't give a fuck, that's when you know you're really moving towards being home free. And that's what it is. And so when you step into that power, that's another type of power. When you step into that power, your masculine aspect steps into his power. But the power that he's stepping into is combining the intuitive, the feminine, and then the masculine aspect of strength, honor, grace, okay, truth, that's the main thing. Truth. You're speaking truth. When you're speaking truth, you don't have to worry about if it's going to hurt anyone, because you're speaking truth. You know that you're a twin flame. Does that mean that you're bad? No. Does it mean you're evil? No, you're not. We don't have to keep on emphasizing it over and over again. No need to explain and say, oh, I'm a twin flame. Oh, but I know the Bible says the 144,000 is considered evil. Don't give a fuck no more what anybody thinks. Doesn't matter what anyone thinks anymore. That's their business. If they want to understand, because I said, if anyone, oh, I see 616 again. If anyone would even try to say, oh, does that mean you're evil? I'm like, well, how long have you known me? What makes you think that that's what it is? And to me, if anyone tries to judge, I say, do you have all the information? Do you know everything what's going on? If not, then don't say anything at all. If you don't understand what mankind has done throughout history is whatever they don't understand, what do? They attack, they kill, they persecute, prosecute, right? Because they don't want to hear the truth. Well, the truth shall set us free, like I always say. And when you take it up a notch, sets you fucking free. So that's my take. Time for things to come out in the open. Obviously, that's what Spirit is saying. So I've already been doing that from a long time ago. So I made my decision. I'm going to just amp up some more of what I have with coming out on my channel, I should say. So that's what I plan to do. So, because I've been like, it doesn't matter with anybody, and I'm not entertaining energies of people arguing back and forth with me. You don't have to entertain it, and don't focus on that. Don't think on those thoughts, and it doesn't have to happen. So it's a lot for us to think about, but you know what? It's time, because we are no longer interested in keep on going through these experiences over the fear. What is somebody going to say? What it's going to do? Because 99% of the time, the things that we fear so much was really nothing to fear in the first place. So that's what Spirit is telling me is a strong message right now. Alrighty. Yes, Diane is driving things. That's the only time. That's when it seems to have lately. So much stuff comes out when I'm driving out, being outside, and now I'm crossing over back the bridge now. So I guess that tied up loose ends, and I'm back over to the other side. What's funny too, what just happened. Very interesting. What part of your body are you feeling it? Is it your lower, or is it the upper torso only? Because I was even feeling that headache I had was pressure. There's pressure coming down on my head. Wow. Okay. Yeah, then I guess that's the same for me too. That's why I felt this peacefulness. The headache is gone now. Maybe it's almost like, you know what? Oh, Sayani, what if it's when, like how when, did you have your children natural childbirth, or did you have them C-section? Because like with natural childbirth, like when the baby's head is crowning, and you know how it takes a while when you're going through labor and you start out, 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, and then that pressure on the head with the baby. So maybe that's what it is in a way to describe it.
And she was having serious, she said, oh my God, serious brain work being done and it hurts.
Oh, wow. So you're getting a headache now too? Because that's what happened to me earlier. I had such a massive headache. Wow. You and I are like syncing with everything that's happening. I had to take something because I normally I'm able to hold on to that. Wow. That's just like the same thing too, but like when the pressure that you're having in the head. Oh my God.
And she said this isn't a headache. It's squeezing and pushing and pressure in the temples.
Yes, that's what I told you. That's what the spirit told us, like squeezing and pressure, like when the baby's head is pressuring, coming down into the cervix. That is the picture, the visual that spirit is showing it to me, like that, like pressuring in the head, like you know what? It's like compression. That's the word, best word I could use, and that's what's creating the headache. Because it's almost like maybe something's happening with the crown chakra now or something. Maybe that's what's happening, Siani. It would make sense because the dream I had to do with my cousin getting married, because she's getting married tomorrow, and something's integrating to do with what's happening now and tomorrow, because the date tomorrow's what, the 27th. When is that? Oh God, what was it again? He said something's retrograding. Not what it was. There's so much shit to keep up with these names and everything. But anyway. And then he was in the corner and he was shrinking. So that tells me then, God, the only I can think of is that the higher self is like, no, the ego is shrinking. The ego is shrinking. Because the ego would shrink and then the higher self takes over. And then their eyes are open, more surrendering. That's the best thing I can think of what's happening here. It has to be that's what's happening. Tell me what you think. So then maybe what happened is maybe with the anchoring of the masculine and feminine together, it's happening simultaneously. It's happening simultaneously between ourselves and our twins, and it feels like all this pressure on the head now. Because remember when I said how first was the torso and then comes up to the head, because it doesn't. Things are going up and coming down. They're coming up and down. That's what spirit is saying. Up and down, up and down. Yeah, that's it. It's coming up and then down, pushing up, coming down, pushing up, coming down. Because when the baby is descending into the womb, it comes back up, then it goes down again, then it comes back up, then it goes down. So that makes a lot of sense. And that's where the pressure in the head was coming in. Okay, makes sense.
Said Saturn is doing in shadow until the 19th of November.
Well, the Saturn, is Saturn in retrograde? Is that what Saturn is in retrograde? Yeah, I guess that's the best way to word it. Integration of ego, because we still need ego. We still need ego while we're still more physically in the body. So, but what is happening is more of the soul is in place. It's the best way I can say it. More the soul. There's more soul than ego. That is the part of the self-mastery. So there's more soul than ego. Yeah. So it's not like ego is like going into oblivion. It's integrating energetically. That's why there was so much pressure. it's like we're going to be thinking things differently. It's going to be just new thoughts, new ways of thinking and processing. And then so what happens is that means that whatever was in the shadow is now, because since Saturn, so that's where the mirror effect comes in, Sayani. Think about it, because that's why Spirit showed me the 919, and it was upside down, right? So upside down is 616. So my twin and I mirror each other, right? So there's that mirror. And so it's just like how when you're standing, if you're standing in front of a mirror and you're taking a picture, you see your shadow. So that's what's happening right now. And anything that's been in the forefront with our twins is now becomes the shadow. If that makes any sense. I mean, if I'm not making sense to you, I mean, it's like now we have been in the forefront because the feminine is what stands out in the front. As I'm looking up higher in consciousness with this now, the feminine always stays up in front. The masculine stands beside her. We stand beside each other. He integrates with us at the same time, coming back to that androgyny effect. Being androgynous, where we're no longer separated. So the ego now becomes the shadow. That's it. The ego now becomes the shadow. Now my twin has been my shadow, and so he's beside me. Since he's the representation of my shadow, and so the feminine is now in the forefront, integrated with her masculine. Okay, maybe that's making sense now. Okay.
And she said, yes, been really fast, down and up really fast, but this is different. I think this is brain merging in our heads, left and right brain integration, I feel, maybe.
Yeah, the brain now, because you see the brain merging is a part of the ego, because isn't that where the ego resides, is a part of the brain when it comes to thinking, right? So we're connecting heart to mind, and the heart is what moves forward. The heart is what speaks with our truth. And so, but the heart takes the lead now instead of the mind, where the mind was always taking lead first, where in human history, in humanity, the mind was always first in the front. Now the mind steps back, so the heart moves forward, galloping like the horse. And, galloping like the horse and takes the lead. Okay. Yeah, well, I know a certain timeline has collapsed for me because I saw, oh my God, what was the license plate I saw? I said it on the thing when did I send it to you? Yes, I saw I had another deja vu moment. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna go back and see what I said to Linda, and I'll tell you what it is.
And she says, we won't think in the end, this is Sayani I'm speaking of, we just channel through heart, no mind.
Yes, that's exactly it. We're channeling through the heart. With the mind is no longer precedence. It's no longer taking over and coming out of ego and just processing, living life through the heart, living freely through the heart. Yes. So now the mind/ego is now becomes our shadow, and then that completes by the time the Saturn goes into shadow. Do you know whatever time it goes into the shadow, depending on where you are, that's when it's completed. So that's what all that stuff that happened earlier, what's going on here. Yeah. So they're showing me electrical sparks between the heart and the mind, and now the heart is moving in a forward moment, like I'm jumping in here. Oh my god! I'm getting my hair done and I'm getting jolts in here. Oh my god! So yeah, I wish I could draw a picture to show you what it looks like. The infinity symbol. It looks like the infinity symbol, but it's not shown to me like the infinity 8. It's more like it's parallel lines, but they're connected. That's what it looks like to me. Does that mean anything? Is that a symbol of something? Because it's like an energetic parallel lines, but they're both connected, and they're traveling. It's traveling at a speed, but it's not broken. The chain is not broken. So I went back to listen to what I said to Linda. Real life. So real life is reliving, resurrecting, new life, new birth. That's it. That's why I saw it again when I saw it when I was driving, and I saw it before, but now it's at a different timeline. So yes, something's happening and continues to happen. Yes, makes sense.
Yes, so I was still speaking more on everything that was happening, and she says we're integrating each other's brains, and the shadow is out on November 19th. It makes a lot of sense. The heart is aligned with this integration. She said she got 27 initially. Heart and mind integrating, for twins integrating this.
All of this electrical jolts are integrating with me right now. So from what I'm seeing, then it's being integrated. Something's happening with him right now, where he is. Definitely something's happening with him. It's happening with both of us at the same time. It's pulling us together. You know what it's like when like being sewn together. But it's not being sewn, but you know what I mean, like it's all intertwined, it's getting tight. Nothing can ever separate us ever again. We're not going to be separated anymore, as Bill said. Oh my god, Sandy, oh my god, I'm feeling it. I'm meant to breathe like when labor. God, this is unbelievable. Oh God.
Hey there, thanks for all the downloads and uploads and pictures. I'm just listening to the message where you are talking about reiterating that she was working on the lower chakras, you were working on the upper chakras. Well, I get that because you were saying you think it's going to come down. It seems like you guys are doing this in tangent, I don't know, that's my sense, is that she's working on the lower, you're working on the upper, so that kind of takes care of all of the chakras. That's my sense, but I could be totally wrong, but that's what I had heard, and that's what I got. And there was another
one I was listening to, that definitely whatever's going on is, there's nothing, like you were saying, stopping it. There, definitely nothing stopping it. Not even any energies that are negative. Nothing. I mean, what I envisioned is, like, I have my eyes closed, is rolling of the dice. It's like when you roll the dice, it's like, yeah, that's what I got. It's just the rolling of the dice. That is not gonna, but I think that's what, I don't know, I don't know, that's what I get. And then also I was getting, when I was listening to the one, because I've been listening to them inadvertent, like not one after the other, because anyway, you guys got about the masculine. I was still sensing that the masculine are confused, because this is what I got, is that it would be great if you or Siani or whatever, I think, because we're always talking about the masculine and how to help the masculine, and I really think that my sense, what I was getting when I was listening to you guys, was the masculine are confused because this is so new to them that they, as women, as the feminine, we can seem to give up and we can move through things. It's easier for us to move through. Well, I won't say easier, but I think it's easier for the feminine to move through than it is the masculine, because they have held such a foundation of what's been programmed in them, because it's like the masculine is the rock, they're the solid foundation, they're the strength, they're the power. And so I still think that is, but I feel that they have been, this is not easy for them to let go of the material, to let go and just fall into that love place, even though I do think they want it, but they're confused, like they don't know, they're not really quite sure how to move through all of this. So that's my sense on everything. Okay, I'm going to continue listening. When you said 91 degrees, what I heard, because 9 and 1 is 10, and then if you take away the 0, it's 1, so it's new beginnings.
Hey, Linda. Yes, since when I was interacting with Siani, I didn't realize she was working through the lower chakras, and I was, because when I said what I said, I didn't listen to what she was saying yet. So all the interaction that was taking place, I was pausing in between when she was sending me her light languages, and so it was all integrating at the same time. Now, as far as the masculine not understanding and being confused, that's what it was before. Now what it is that it's important and imperative for the feminine to be and stay in her power. When your feminine is being and staying in her power, that's where she's anchoring like the masculine would, and trusting and allowing the heart and the mind to work together. But now the heart is now stepped forward like the horse in freedom and majestically, daringly, ferociously, at the same time allowing the heart to guide us more than the mind. So this is about really stepping out of the mind, like really like integrating the ego and the heart. And the heart is what is in the forefront and the back is in the shadow. So when you listen further, I'm sure you'll get by now what all the stuff that we came up with, what's happening. So it's not anything physically for us to do for the masculine to understand, because everything that happens with each person that's doing what they're supposed to do, that is, it's already happening with the masculine getting the information. So it's not for us to think or believe that they're not getting it, because they are getting it, because we can't go by appearances. Not at all. Cannot go by appearances. Nope. So everything was happening at the same time to do with the masculine, all at the same time. Hey, Linda, what's interesting about what you said is that I finally looked up 1010 because I kept seeing 1010 more than one time, and it means new beginnings. It means new beginnings. So that's interesting. Very interesting. I didn't even realize it was really hot today.
That's like $15.
Hey there. I think you're getting your hair done. Don't forget to send me a picture tomorrow. I'm glad you found a necklace and everything is good. I know you're going to look fabulous, darling, fabulous. So anyway, I got through all the things, and yeah, so I guess what your guys are all saying is that we were merging, and I know Saturn's going into retrograde, because Saturn and Uranus are yours and mine, are major planets for Aquarians. They're our ruling planets. I think Uranus is the first, is ruler, and then Saturn, because it's really, Saturn and Uranus are very important in our planets. So, anyway, with everything you guys said, I'm not really quite sure where we're at. Other than, I think there's a merging and intertwining. And when you said intertwine, it's interesting because I went last night. I didn't have really anything in the house, and there's this restaurant called Intertwined, and they have these really good chicken glazed lollipops. And so I went and got some of those last night, and I actually had those for dinner tonight, or actually for a late lunch tonight. So that was really interesting that you said that. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what's happening, and I guess, I don't know, I'm just kind of allowing everything to happen as it's going to happen, and I don't know, I do feel that things are moving very rapidly. I kind of feel that I'm not sure what all that means, but and that horse, that picture that I sent you, when I took a look at it and I sent a thank you to Mindy, I was telling her what it appears to be is the horse is moving forward, like the horse is, like we're moving forward in life, and the horse looking back is like we're the pioneers leading the way for people, which we've known that anyway. And so, and the white represents to me the purity of spirit of God. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I kind of interpreted that. I told you I knew it meant something significant, and you said that it did. I can't remember what you said, but anyway, so yeah, so again, I'm not really quite sure if everything is happening, but I don't know. It's like you read all this stuff, you hear it all, and I know things are happening behind the scenes, so I just feel like just to allow the unfoldment, to allow wherever, because we're not, like you said, and I know this, whatever's happening is unstoppable. It is not going to be stopped because, yeah, there's too many light workers doing work and paving the way, and there's a lot more of us, so, and with the company of heaven helping as well, we are going to excel and move forward. So again, what all that means, I don't know. So I'm just going to allow the unfoldment and stuff like that. So anyway, all right, well, I know you got to get some rest tonight too, because you got an early wedding tomorrow. So don't forget to take a selfie or have somebody take a picture so I can see your beautiful self. And yeah, so I know you're going to have a great time. And yeah, so that's very cool. And it's interesting when you were talking about Ivan, that he speaks to you through music. Memo was like that as well. He told me how he felt through music. Everything was done through music. That is the one thing, well, not just the one thing. There were so many things that I got from him, but so many wonderful things, but that was really key because I always loved music. I always have. But with him, it brought in a deeper sense of music, like, yeah, just a deeper sense of music, of really feeling it with my heart and not just hearing it with my ears. And so he really gave me that gift. And so that's how he communicated it to me, was through music. It was very beautiful. And he's such a great singer. I mean, he's great at everything that he does. Everything he touches turns to gold, literally. Well, not literally, but I mean, what I meant by literally was that everything he does touched, he's very successful with everything that he does. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. When you said that, I thought about that. And I feel that I know that Lord is very much into the music because he loves to dance, which I love to dance. And it's funny because so did Memo. Memo was very, very good at a dancer, and so is Lord. And I know Lord is really big into the music as well, so that's pretty awesome. But yeah, so anyway, my side's a little sore. I went out today for a little bit, and I think I just did too much, and so I'm feeling that with my side. So I really need to take it easy. And I'm going to be an extra on Sunday all day. They're filming a Fox series called Pitch here at the Petco Park, and oh crap, I got to look up to see when I got to meet and all that stuff for Sunday. No, today's Friday. Oh yeah, so it's Saturday. I have to look at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Anyway, so I'm going to be being an extra all day Sunday. So they pay us $84 for 8 hours, and if they go overtime, it's standard whatever minimum wage. So
hey Linda, finally finished my hair, and had to get the whole works done, touch up, color, add piece in my hair. Then she bleached some of it, so because my hair roots, had so much grays in there. Oh my goodness, must have been all that stress. And oh, you know what? I forgot I hadn't done my hair in 2 weeks. That's why I hadn't done my hair in 2 weeks. Wow, I can't believe it. Time flies. So she did all of that. She did the whole works for me. Thank God she discounted me. So anyway, I know it was a bit I would say kind of not too confusing, but basically what was happening, just for you to understand, because you know that everything that I'm experiencing is for me to record it, so that way, Spirit's been doing that on purpose anyway, because when this planet starts waking up, people are not going to understand what is happening. And it's not for us to just say, oh, you're going through an awakening. Oh, you're going through an ascension. No, it's time for people to understand in details what's going on based on experience. That's why I'm not embarrassed to talk about my personal life or what's happening or anything for the matter, because it's for people to understand. I just had this conversation with a guy in the restaurant a while ago, and I told him, I said, one of the main reasons why the planet has gone so awry with killings, murders, bludgeoning, thrown out windows, all these things is because of ignorance and not understanding. So, and that's why when I had said to you that time, I said, no, it's time for people to know what a twin flame is. And see, finally somebody came out and put out a segment and said that she was getting guidance that those who are on their path to really, if you really want to come into reunion, you got to think about this, that you're not going to be afraid to speak up and say who you are, because if you don't do that, your twin is not going to do that either. And it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Why would they if you're not? Because your masculine twin is going to follow what you do. Everything's duplicated. Everything's mirrored on the wall. So, that's why I do things the way that I do for that reason, which that's coming from my higher self anyway, because it's for us to understand, to help that journey become easier once, anyone is going through it. So, so what was basically happening is that our hearts is now taking over ahead of things to do with decision making, to do with our lives. The part that when I say that nothing can stop this, nothing can stop any of this, is that things that I'm doing is not based on me, Sharon. This is based on my higher self. You know, I'm in the store and I start chanting. I mean, it's like my higher self don't business whether I'm driving. You see how my higher self took over, videotape, you know, with the rainbow. That's what I'm talking about. And so anybody who's being oblivious, you know, or anybody who's still doing the same pattern behavior and stuff like that, it's going to just become harder and harder for them. And so you scared me, man. You just sneak up on me like that.
I know I was scared.
But that's not funny, though. That's not funny at all. No, it's not funny. So, you know, our higher selves take over from everything, which is that aspect of God that's taking over with everything, you know, that's happening. Because even when I was doing my hair, one of the ladies, she knows that I'm going through spiritual. She went up to Christine and she said, "Who's Sharon talking to? Jesus?" Because I was chanting and all this languages was coming out and everything. And I was like, oh my God, oh my Lord, oh my darling. You know, so hey, it is what it is. So how interesting that that it happened the way that it did. But you know what, it can't, you know, like I'm at that point where to heck with it. So much people are in the dark with what's happening, but it's because it's not their time to experience it yet, but it's coming up. And that's why twin flames are here, to be prepared. And that means we're standing in our truth, not afraid to speak, not having a fear of what is happening to us. So that's what was happening today too, as well as the feminine stepping in her power, as well as we were integrating the masculine, feminine, heart to mind, the head. That's why we were having pressure in the head. So I'm not the only one. Mandy was also having pressure in her head. And she said it made it feel like you're giving birth to a baby. It was squeezing when the baby is descending into out of the body, you know, descending for the mother, excuse me, to give birth. So all of that energy is what was happening, and it's going to continue to happen even up until tomorrow. The 27th is a significant date as well, like what Sayani said, which I knew it was irrelevant because tomorrow is the wedding, and the dream I had to do with my cousin's wedding and Ivan in there all makes sense. Also, I remember that, oh gosh, what's her name again? Maya had told me when I had my session with her, she did tell me that things are going to move forward rapidly once the Mercury goes into retrograde, starting from the 27, 28, 29, something like that. So, which makes sense because the 29th is what, Monday? So it makes sense because we rule the Uranus and Saturn. And I think that going in retrograde is what's accelerating to help me when Mercury goes into retrograde, because of the representing the masculine and feminine and so forth. So, alrighty. So I'm home now. I'm home now, so I'm gonna go get something to eat.